up, and they'll pick up probably three-quarter court. But no, I'd be surprised to see a press. Unless, or hopefully, the case that unless, or hopefully will be the case, we're ahead at the end, then you always see a press. So hopefully we're going to see a press tonight.
Well, we'll hope for that, Tim. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Tim Jankovich's Birds take on the Salukis here at Redbird Arena. That's the word from the head coach, Zach.
All right, Dick, thank you very much. We'll take a break when we come back out to Redbird Arena after this on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
This is your in-game news update on WJBC and WJBC.com.
WJBC, the voice of McLean County.
Good evening, I'm Steve Cease. Maintaining good tax records is the key to a successful tax filing season.
The April 15th tax filing deadline will be here before you know it. That's why the Internal Revenue Service is issuing some reminders now. IRS spokeswoman Sue Hales says you should keep all tax records for about 3 years.
For some documents, could be records relating to a home purchase or sale, stock transactions, IRAs, business or rental property. Those kind of records need to be kept longer.
For more information on the types of records to keep, check out the IRS publication 552 called Record Keeping for Individuals, or log on to irs.gov. In Pontiac, Kent Casson, 1230 WJBC.
And calling in a threat to an Illinois school is now a felony. State Representative Dennis Riboletti says he initiated the bill after his son's school in Elmhurst had to evacuate because of a threat.
Schools are supposed to be a place where students can be safe and learn and have a chance to mature and to grow, and not a place where there are threats and opportunities and chances for violence.
In WJBC sports, the Chicago Bears winners over to the Detroit Lions 37-23. They finished 9-7 on the season, and the Rams, just one-game winners this season, lose to San Francisco 28-6. Taking a look at your WJBC Weather Channel forecast. Partly cloudy skies tonight with increasing clouds as the night continues. Very cold, wind chills approaching -15. Cold again tomorrow, more clouds than sun as wind chills approach -10. Tomorrow night, same, -10 wind chills with an actual low temperature of 3. And then on Tuesday, considerable cloudiness, cold, and a high of 19 degrees. You're listening to McLean County's News Voice, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com. I'm Steve Cease.
Hey, Redbird fans, I'm R.C. McBride. Join us for a lot of information and fun every afternoon on the Voice of McLean County, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com. Dick Ludke and Mike Matthews back here at Redbird Arena, where the Salukis are out on the floor warming up. They'll soon be joined by the Redbirds. Southern has won 6 games in succession, and so they'll be looking for number 7 here at the expense of the Redbirds. Let's check our keys to the game now, brought to you by Elroy Sports Bar in downtown Bloomington, your college and pro sports headquarters, where you can watch all of the big games on over 20 television screens in HD. Mike, what are the keys to the Redbirds preventing that 7th straight win for Southern Illinois?
All right, Dick, pay close attention. Hold Southern Illinois under 20 transition points. They like to push the ball more so than they've done in the last 6 or 8 years, so hold them under 20 transition points, and hold Freeman, Dillard, and Bocott under 40 points. They average 38 between the 3 of them, but I think we have to hold them under 40, make sure one of their guys doesn't really go off.
So they can get their average, as far as you're concerned. That's okay.
Yep, give them their average. I'd give them their average right now and take our chances, but they're going to be tough to do. One of their guys will probably go off. They usually do in a big game like this.
And denying transition points, that's, of course, a matter of getting back on defense, something that the Redbirds were having trouble with earlier, but lately they've shored that up pretty well.
But Southern Illinois is kind of a different animal. They got some good team speed. Their bigs run the floor very well, so both will be a challenge, Dick.
All right, our sideline reports are brought to you this evening by Central Illinois Regional Airport. Fly nonstop to Dallas-Fort Worth from Central Illinois Regional Airport. And the world is one stop away. Our sideline reports coming from right next to the Redbird bench where Bruce Evans is situated. Let's find out what he thinks the keys to victory are here in this one. Bruce, what do you have to say?
Well, guys, my 2 keys are these. Southern Illinois, I want fewer points in the paint by them than the Redbirds, especially by their little guys. Just like Matty was saying, those transition layups and also breaking down our defense on offense and getting inside the lane. We need to stop that as much as possible. And then I think the Birds physically just look bigger and stronger, and they need to out-rebound the Salukis by 5 here tonight. Back to you, Dick.
Thank you, Bruce. This may be a little counterintuitive, but I wonder if one of the keys might be to make sure we're behind in the final few minutes of the game. Southern Illinois has come from behind in its last 4 games. They were down at the half in all 4 and come from rather far behind in the closing stages in 3 of those 4 games. We mentioned earlier they were down 7 with 90 seconds to go at Bradley on Friday night and won that one. Down 5 with 2 minutes to go against San Francisco, and down 11 with 4 minutes to go against San Diego. And they came back to win the game. So this team does not die easily, Michael.
And their coach played the same way. Dick, he played all 40 minutes. He was really a hustle-type player, and I'll take our chances. I'd like to be 7-up with 90 seconds to go against these guys tonight.
I would too, but but I won't be comfortable if we're 7-up with 90 seconds to go, and I don't think the Redbirds will be either. They'll keep playing hard and hopefully put the game in the bank if they do get to that point. Redbirds have faced the Salukis more often than they have faced any other school in men's basketball. Salukis lead the series 71-62, although the Birds have won. We mentioned it earlier, the last 4. When Illinois State beat Southern Illinois here almost exactly 2 years ago, it was Tim Jankovich's first game against the Salukis as coach of the Redbirds. Before that, the Birds had lost 11 straight before that losing streak finally came to a merciful end, and the Birds hoping to extend their winning streak now against their rivals from Carbondale. All right, the personnel reports are next, and then we'll get this one underway. We're back with more after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
You may not hear it discussed around the water cooler, but it's a topic on the minds of a lot of people. What's your idea of financial security? Just ask.
Financial security? Well, not thinking too far ahead, I want to make sure my new 16-year-old driver is protected.
I say go for it. Think way ahead. Financial security would be retiring when I want, where I want.
Oh, just peace of mind. You know, no coulda, woulda, shouldas.
It's a personal choice. At Country Financial, there's only one right answer to the definition of financial security, yours. So no matter where you're starting from, your Country Financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future.
I just want a safety net for my family.
Just tell us your idea of financial security, and we'll put our experience and financial strength to work for you. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
See the Country Financial representative near you, or visit countryfinancial.com.
Make this year your year to catch Arch Madness, celebrating 20 years of Valley basketball in St. Louis. Don't miss the 2010 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship, March 4th through 7th at Scott Trade Center, presented by Diet Pepsi and Fox Sports Midwest. Arch Madness. For tickets, call 309-438-8000. That's 309-438-8000. Or visit archmadness.com.
Before we get to our personnel reports, let's pause for stations to identify themselves on the Redbird Radio Network.
The voice of the Redbird.
Touchdown for the Birds!
12:30.
WJBC.
4-3. Got it!
From WJBC.com.
Here's his 3. It is good!
1230 WJBC and WJBC HD. Bloomington Normal.
Our personnel reports now brought to you by Jim Ginsky, attorney at law for over 27 years. Jim has been helping injury victims from the local courthouse all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Call him today so that he can help you. The top 8 players for the Salukis include Kevin Dillard, 6'1", a sophomore from Homewood, Illinois, leads the Salukis in scoring, leads the Valley in assists. His assist-turnover ratio better than 2-1, a very good player. His backup, Kendall Brown Searles spelled S-U-R-L-E-S, a hyphenated last name, 5'10" freshman from Evansville. He's Chris Lowry's cousin and actually has a better assist-to-turnover ratio than does Dillard, albeit just barely. Tony Freeman, the 6'1" senior from Maywood, Illinois, and the transfer from Iowa, nearly 3/4 of Freeman's shots are threes, and he's making 48% of those. Justin Bocott, B-O-C-O-T, the 6'4" junior out of Bloomington High School, has been a steady player for Southern, 9 points in 24.5 minutes of playing time per game. John Freeman, no relation to Tony, a 6'5" junior from Indianapolis out of Vincennes University. The transfer appears to have an uncanny ability to get to the free throw line. He's taken more shots from the line than he has from the field so far this year. Anthony Booker, the 6'8 sophomore from Florissant, Missouri, a very good rebounder, averaging 4.5 per game while playing less than 16 minutes per contest. Carlton Fay, F-A-Y, 6'8", a junior from Hennepin, Illinois. Most of his shots come from outside of the arc, and that's helped make his effective field goal percentage a solid 56%. Nearly half of his shots from outside of the arc despite his size. And Nick Evans, the 6'11 sophomore from Carbondale, Illinois, he does not shoot the three, but he is making 58% of his shots inside the arc, second in the Valley to Dinma Odiakosa in that department. For the Redbirds, the top 8 players, Lloyd Phillips, the 5'10 senior from Washington, D.C. In his last 3 games, Lloyd with 10 assists, 2 turnovers, and 8 steals. He now leads the Valley in steals. Alex Rubin, the 6'1 junior from Plymouth, Minnesota, among those with at least 10 assists, Alex has the best assist-to-turnover ratio on the team. Austin Hill, the 6'1 junior from Covington, Kentucky, second to Lloyd Phillips in total assists per minute. Osiris Eldridge, 6'3", a senior from Chicago, has hit 47% of his threes at Redbird Arena, only 31% of his shots beyond the arc in road games. He likes playing right here. Kellen Thornton, the 6'7 sophomore from Country Club Hills, Illinois, 8th on the team in minutes played, but he's second in offensive rebounds, a very productive rebounder. Jackie Carmichael, the 6'9 freshman from Manhattan, Kansas, has already blocked 20 shots in his first season with the Redbirds. He leads the league in that department. Tony Lewis, the 6'7 junior from Chicago, over his last 3 games in only 43 minutes of playing time, Lewis with 18 rebounds. And Dinma Odiakosa, the 6'8 senior from Nigeria, who comes into this game with 594 career rebounds. If he gets 6 tonight, he'll become either the 16th or 17th player in Redbird history to reach 600 rebounds. The reason we can't be sure whether it'll be the 16th or the 17th is because Osiris Eldridge has 595 rebounds, one more than Dinma. And so who will get the 600 first?
I think it'll be Dinma. My money's on Dinma.
That's a pretty good bet. He's averaging over 8 per game. Osiris, pretty good rebounder as well, but fewer than 4. The Redbirds do start, as they have their recent games, with Eldridge, Rubin, and Phillips on the exterior, and Carmichael and Odiakosa inside. And for the Salukis, Dillard, Freeman, Bocat, Fay, and Evans. Our lead official is Steve Welmer, Mike Sanzier, and Tom O'Neill. The other ones, our opening tip brought to you by the Alamo 2, your official Redbird bookstore, and Spread the Red headquarters as we get set for game number 3 of the Missouri Valley Conference season.
Dick, these are 3 of the best officials in the country, so let's zip our lips and not complain much about the officiating tonight. All right, deal?
Well, I think I won't have a whole lot of trouble with that. If you can do it, I can.
I think I can. New Year's resolution. Again.
Tom O'Neill, the one who made the charge call against Osiris Eldridge back here for this game. The charge call at Missouri State, which of course was a critical call down the stretch. That was a bang-bang play, Mike, that could have gone either way.
Yeah, I thought he missed it, and he owes us one, Dick, so we'll see how quickly he makes that one up tonight. But, yeah, you're right. A very, very difficult call, and could have gone either way, could have not been called at all, but they don't have a chance to think about it and talk about it like we do. They got to call it on the spot.
All right, here we go. Steve Welmer about to toss it up between Dinma Odiakosa and Nick Evans. The Birds in their white home uniforms. The Salukis in maroon with white numbers and trim. Dinma easily controls the tap, and the Redbirds start the game with the ball as Phillips is into the front court for Illinois State's Redbirds. Here it comes to Eldridge, and Freeman is the one on him. Osiris moves toward the left baseline, now spins it back out to Alex. Rubin to the right wing, Phillips inside. Here's Carmichael, quick shot, good off the glass, and the Birds have an early 2-0 lead.
Boy, nice lob over the top. We keep getting better and better at that, at leading our big post players to the goal.
Kevin Dillard, high post, it comes to Nick Evans, and now Carlton Fay guarded by Dinma Odiakosa. Freeman with it, Rubin on him. He spins and finds Dillard. It is Lloyd Phillips on Dillard at the start. That's a tough assignment for Lloyd. Kevin Dillard now moves to the right, drives toward the goal, and Phillips stays with him, forces the pass. Baseline jumper is on the way, and good by Freeman from the corner, and we're tied at 2.
Yeah, Freeman's got great range, very good Big Ten player when he was at Iowa, and now has 1 year left to play at Southern Illinois. Great range on his jump shot.
Hit about a 15-footer there. as Eldridge is across the timeline. Here's Dienma up top. Phillips now on the left, moves toward the right, finds Osiris. Here's the pass inside, knocked away from Carmichael, goes back to get it, and now Eldridge has it outside the arc on the left side. To the baseline. Carmichael, 15-foot shot is good. Jackie has the first two Redbird baskets. Illinois State with a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, that baseline jumper just continues to get better and better as his confidence in it grows.
Dillard to the left. Flips it to Bocott, the Bloomington native, driving to the goal. A layup is good as he reached away from the block effort and put it high off the glass and through, and each team has scored on its first two possessions. This is reminiscent of the Wichita State game here back on Tuesday night as we're tied at 4. And now across the timeline, a travel has been called against Lloyd Phillips, who picked up his dribble and then took the extra step. That reminds us of Susie Davis Travel American Express, home of the family spring break cruise. Visit online at suzidavis.com. So the first turnover of the game goes against the Redbirds, and now the Salukis have a chance to get their first lead of the game as Dillard gets it to the wing, and Freeman has it there. Freeman moves to the left. Rubin stays with him. Here's the pass to Evans, who bobbles it, goes to the corner to get it. Now the bounce pass inside, knocked away by Dienma, picked off by Carmichael. The Birds force a turnover. And they come across the timeline. The score still knotted up at 4. Phillips hands it to Osiris. Bocott has him now. That might have been on a switch as the shot is good by, it's a 2-point basket just inside the arc, and it's 6-4 Redbirds.
Yeah, Bocott kind of relaxed, Dick, when he took the drive away from Osiris, and Osiris just rose up and nailed it.
Dillard with it. High post, here's Fay. Dienma up on the arc guarding him. Carlton Fay hands it off to Bocott. And now right wing it goes, Kevin Dillard. Dillard inside, open is Fay, shot fake and a layup. As Dienma went out to double team the ball, and that left Fay wide open, and he gets the easy one to tie the score at 6. We're 3 minutes in, each team already with 6 points as Phillips is across the timeline. Lloyd gets it to Carmichael, moves toward the baseline, hands it off to Osiris. Eldridge double teamed now, bumped by Fay, and now hit by Freeman, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Tony Freeman.
Well, they got one of the two bumps down.
First on Freeman, in fact, the first foul of the game, as Alex Rubin will inbound it right in front of our side court location here at Doug Collins Court.
Also a pretty good acting job by Osiris. I thought he got bumped on the first one a little bit harder, but sold the second one.
Phillips with it for Illinois State up top against Dillard. High post, Odiakosa hands it to Osiris toward the goal, and a whistle, and before he can shoot it up there, another foul has been called against the Salukis. This one against Nick Evans, trying to help out in the defense against Osiris. So 2 quick fouls against the Salukis. The Redbirds will put it in play as that foul did occur before the shot. Gets it to the corner. Dienma gets it right back to him in a quick shot, and Osiris missed it from 3, and the rebound tipped out, and Rubin's got it. And now Phillips with the ball. Right wing inside Dienma. He's matched up with Evans now as he bangs with him, turns, fades and shoots it, no good, and the rebound taken out of there by Fay. Here come the Salukis looking for the lead. Dillard to Bocott. Bocott down the lane, runs over Rubin, a whistle and a charge. Alex Rubin takes the charge from Justin Bocott, his first, team's third. Birds have the ball back.
Yeah, Bocott's very strong left side. That time he kind of got set up by Alex, did a nice job anticipating, and Bocott didn't let him down. Bocott drove left.
And used the right arm to push off a little bit, which is what produced the whistle. As Phillips has it across the timeline. Against Dillard, he moves it to the high post. Osiris there, spins on his man Freeman. Can't go anywhere. Freeman tough. Now the baseline drive and the layup, no. And the whistle, the follow by Dienma produces the rebound basket that puts the Birds up 8-6.
Going to let them bang a little bit tonight, Dick. A lot of contact.
8-6 Redbirds. Odiakosa has his first basket. Dillard with it now. His pass intercepted by Carmichael. Good defense there by Lloyd. Forced a bad pass. And Osiris across the timeline. Cross court it goes. Rubin up top. Here's Lloyd. Phillips moves it back to the wing. Rubin makes a fairly difficult catch on the short hop, and now Carmichael backs in on Fay and turns and shoots it. Good! Jackie 3 for 3 from the field, and the Redbirds have a 4-point lead. 10-6 Illinois State. First time either team's been up by more than 2. Dillard now across the timeline. The sophomore continues to dribble up there and now away from the ball. A foul is called on Alex Rubin, trying to stay with Tony Freeman down on the baseline. It's the first foul against the Redbirds, and it gets to our first officials' timeout. 14:58 to play here in the opening half at Redbird Arena. Birds lead the Salukis 10-6 as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
You've heard it before, and it's true. There's never been a better time in the last few decades to buy a home. Right here, right now, interest rates are still at historic lows. Plus, there's still a tax credit of up to $8,000 for first-time homebuyers. This credit is for any type of house, existing or new. Prudential Snyder Real Estate agents have access to all available area homes. Call Prudential Snyder Real Estate, 663-7653 for details on tax credits and an appointment to see your dream home. Call 663-7653 for Prudential Snyder today.
The weather outside is frightful, but the eyewear at Specs is so delightful. Visit Specs Around Town Optical Boutique in downtown Bloomington and discover a wonderland of unique eyewear. Fabulous sunglasses for you, your baby, and even the family dog. Jewelry, watches, and gift certificates perfect for gift giving. And if you're looking for a gift that's fun, funky, or just fabulous, stop by Specs Around Town today. Specs Around Town, 317 North Center in downtown Bloomington, or on the web at specsaroundtown.com.
Redbird basketball on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network is brought to you by Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security?
Well, the Redbirds have made a habit this season of bringing back former star players, and it's Tony Hollifield right now who has been serenaded by these Redbird fans. What a fun player he was to watch.
He was. He's a hard-nosed player and really did a great job. He did an internship one summer at State Farm Insurance, so I got to know him very well, and he's a class young man.
Played in the mid-'80s, played for some NCAA tournament teams under Bob Donewald. As now we head to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Here's Bruce Evans.
Well, Tony Hollifield would have fit in very good in this ball game, guys, as you need to be hard-nosed. Really good, tough defense on both sides. The only thing really saving the Birds right now is that defense, forcing 3 turnovers already by the Salukis. I'm sure that's what they were talking about in the huddle. Offensively for the Redbirds, they want to keep moving that basketball around the outside and get it inside like they did the first trip to Jackie. Guys, back to you.
As we see John Freeman into the game now for the Salukis, the Redbirds do not make any changes. Anthony Booker also in for Southern Illinois. Very good rebounder in particular, as Dillard will inbound it for Southern down at the Saluki end of the floor after that foul against Rubin. Evans in the corner. Gets it back out to Dillard. His three, it is not good. A high rebound, snared by Dienma. He had to fight Carmichael for it. And Dienma's got it. And that's number 595 for him as Phillips has it outside to Eldridge. Osiris looks inside. And his pass is tipped. He wanted to get it to Dienma, but tipped by John Freeman. And now down the floor with a layup is Dillard, and he scores it. And the Salukis are right back to within 2. Dillard's first basket comes off of the turnover. Of course, Southern is able to score off of its defense, Mike. They always have been able to, and they still can.
Yeah, and Dillard, a very, very good point guard, and probably one of the best in the league, if not the best.
Phillips rises up for 3 and nails the jump shot off the dribble. Lloyd Phillips has been in a shooting slump, gets a big one there to put the Birds up by 5. It's their biggest lead of the night at 13-8. Dillard now looks to Anthony Booker and gets it to him. He drives, now picks up the dribble, gets it down to the baseline. Dillard against Phillips, can't go anywhere. Lloyd doing pretty well against Dillard so far. Here's Bocott, and back out to Kevin Dillard, the sophomore.
Apologize for our technical issues. We lost connection with Redbird Arena. We'll take a quick look at our scoreboard. Looking into the Missouri Valley Conference, it was a big one in Cedar Falls as Northern Iowa beat Missouri State 84-76. Another final saw Creighton topped Evansville 72-64, and Wichita State beat Bradley 81-69. That was in Wichita. With 12 minutes left to play in the ball game, Drake at home holds a 38-35 lead over Indiana State. Keep an eye on that one. That one, once again, with 12 minutes left. All right, we have reestablished connection with Redbird Arena. Let's head back out to Dick and Maddie.
All right, John Freeman is at the line, Zach. The Birds up 13-8 after a three-point basket by Lloyd Phillips, as Freeman's free throw is good, and that cuts the lead to 13-9. John Freeman with more free throw attempts this year than field goal attempts. We mentioned that earlier, and he starts this game with a couple of free throw attempts and cashes in the first one, a junior from Indianapolis. The foul that put Freeman at the line against Dinma Odiakosa, his first, team second, as now the first Redbird substitution of the game is made. Austin Hill is in there. That substitution sponsored by Extreme Nissan. Shift gears and test drive an all-new Nissan at Extreme Nissan in Bloomington. The second free throw also good by Freeman, and the Redbird lead is down to 3 at 13-10.
And Tony Lewis and Justin Clark check in.
So 3 fresh players for the Redbirds, as Phillips is across the timeline, comes inside the arc and picks up his dribble and gets the pass out to Clark. Justin Clark back to Lloyd. A driving runner, no. Followed by Carmichael, but the whistle had blown as Jackie followed it with a dunk. But a foul is called against the Salukis that'll put Lloyd Phillips at the line for the Redbirds' first free throws of the game. Kendall Brown Searles, their backup point guard, had checked in there during that last whistle, and he's the one who committed the foul, the freshman from Evansville. His first, team's fourth, and Lloyd's free throw is good. Phillips has his 4th point of the game, and now tries for his 5th. Lloyd this year from the line at 78%, gets there 4 times a game. He rolled that one in, and so it's a 15-10 Redbird lead. They're up by 5 again, as now Terry Johnson is in. First time he's played in a while. I don't believe he's played in a Valley game yet this year, or ever, of course, because he's a freshman, as Brown Searles is across the timeline for Southern Illinois. Here's the feed up top, Booker at the edge of the circle. Now on the right wing, Brown Searles, and inside away from the ball, a foul has been called against the Redbirds. Tom O'Neill, gets Austin Hill for his first, 3rd on the team.
Tough matchup for Austin Hill going against Freeman, both very physical players.
Tony Freeman is the one Austin is guarding. Again, there is another Freeman in there, John Freeman, and they're not related, as the dunk is missed. It was inbounded to Gene Teague, who had also just checked into the game. He had a wide-open dunk, and he clanked it off the iron, and it bounced over the backboard and out of play. Wow.
A little bit out of his range, huh?
Freshman from Vineland, New Jersey, missed that shot, and the Redbirds in the front court with a 5-point lead as Terry Johnson picks up his dribble and goes right wing to Austin Hill. Hill toward the goal, the layup, no. Good defense by Booker, forced a difficult shot off the side of the backboard. Southern rebounds it, and the Salukis in the front court. Brown Searles with it. To the wing, Tony Freeman. Freeman against Hill, shoves it off to John Freeman, who moves toward the left and pedals it high to Tony. Tony Freeman to the right wing. Brown Searles with the ball. 12 minutes now to go first half. Birds lead 15-10 as Tony Freeman's 3 is in and out, not good. The rebound, Booker, who is between 2 defenders, goes up and comes back down with the ball, and a held ball is called. It will be the Salukis' turn. Tony Lewis tied him up. Now an official timeout with 11:50 left to play, and the Redbirds, who have not yet trailed in this game, leading now by 15-10. Back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Ode to the Subway Tuscan Chicken Melt. How do you fit 9 skinny grams of fat into a tasty, better-for-you 6-inch sub? You start with the juiciest Tuscan seasoned grilled chicken on freshly baked bread, topped with bubbly American cheese and crisp veggies, drizzled in olive vinaigrette deliciousness. Feeling particularly peppy? Try this fresh toasted, tasty Tuscan Chicken Melt as a $5 footlong. Booyah! Subway. Eat fresh.
Refers to regular 6-inch sub on a John or 9-grain wheat bread prepared to standard formula, plus applicable tax. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only.
Meyer knows that ever since the dawn of history, people have loved low prices. Take the Vikings.
I could really do with a new breastplate. This one's been on its last leg since I pillaged Copenhagen.
North, of course, is having a huge sale. Go round up the oarsmen.
1,000 or so years later, Meyer has everyday low prices on everything from produce to netbooks, not to mention thousands of sale items and 5,000 price drops each week. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that low prices never get old. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices.
Redbird fans, if you're looking for fun and information, check out The Rod Ross Show for lots of interesting interviews and conversation. Weekday mornings, 10 till noon on WJBC and WJBC.com.
You can become a part of the Illinois State Athletics social online community and become a fan of the Illinois State Redbirds fan page on Facebook. Just visit facebook.com/ISU Redbirds and join today. Let's head for our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone with the Birds up 15-10 here and just under a dozen minutes to go in the first half. Over by the Redbird bench, here's Bruce Evans.
Well, Dick and Maddie, I think we should have picked bench points as one of the keys to this ball game as well. Both teams already going deep into their bench with 4 off of the bench, going 9 deep. 11:50 left to go in the first half. Is that because they think it's going to be a very physical, tough ball game? I think they do. It'll be interesting to see which bench comes forward for which team. Dick?
I think that's part of it, and then the other part of it is that both of these teams are in the midst of playing 5 games in a dozen days.
And another factor, too, Dick, is the matchups. If Illinois State makes changes, as Southern makes changes, they're kind of countered. So all those things really factor into how deep a team will go onto the bench. The key on the bench will be how deep do they go in the second half.
Salukis about to inbound it. Yeah, you don't tend to go quite as deep to the bench in the second half unless you're way ahead. And I'm not sure either of these teams will be in that position. As Brown Searles gets to the corner, a quick 3 is not good. A little short for Tony Freeman. He was open, but he missed the opportunity. Rebound Tony Lewis. And the Redbirds with the ball and the 5-point lead. As Terry Johnson now operating at the point. Lloyd Phillips is getting a rest at the moment. It's Johnson out there with Hill and Clark. Lewis and Odiakosa, the inside players. So 2 freshmen on the floor right now as Clark tried to get it outside, and as he went up and passed it to the baseline, a whistle,
jump ball,
and a held ball is called. The Salukis tied up Justin, and so it will be Illinois State's turn on the alternating possession rule. Austin Hill to put it in play. Here's the lob to the high post. Dienma catches it and finds Lewis on the other side of the free throw line. Now Johnson inside. Lewis scores. Count it. And a foul. Tough shot for Tony Lewis off the pass from Terry Johnson. The Birds up 17-10 as Booker commits his first foul.
You know, Tony Lewis is one of those players, Dick, who shoots better after contact or during contact. When he goes to the goal, if he gets bumped like that, he usually ends up as fairly successful.
As the free throw is good, Tony Lewis, an 85% free thrower, completes the 3-point play, and the Redbirds up 18-10 here in the early going as Brown Searles has it up the floor. Booker with the ball now. That foul called on Teague and not on Booker. As Brown Searles has it. Spins back against Johnson and now goes to the wing. Here's Bocott back in the game. Down low, Booker backs in on Lewis, spins, jump hook, no, rebound, Dienma Odiakosa. And across the timeline comes Terry Johnson, the freshman out of Chicago. Looking good as he moves toward the goal, picks up his dribble, and now finds Austin Hill. A fake pass and a 17-foot shot, yes! And the Redbirds lead it 20-10 here early against the Salukis.
And Dick, those are your Schooners hot points, the pull-up jumper by Austin Hill.
First basket for the junior from Covington, Kentucky, and now Brown Searles to Booker at the top. Teague gets it. It is Gene Teague who delivers it to the left side. Brown Searles, the freshman point guard from Evansville, lowers his head, starts to drive. Now the pass back. Booker a 3. That's good. Or Bocott, a 3. And that's good. Justin Bocott's second basket. And the Redbird 10-point lead is quickly down to 7.
Weird-looking shot. Had very, very little rotation on it.
As across the timeline comes Johnson to the baseline, shoots it with contact, missed it, and the rebound for Booker. As I think Terry thought he'd been fouled there by Brown Searles, who now has the ball and comes across the timeline against the Redbird man-to-man. In the corner, Tony Freeman with it. Freeman gives up his dribble, finds Booker on the right wing, and he sends it cross-court to Brown Searles. Up top, Booker. Booker holds it a long time. 13 to shoot. Now it goes down low. Here's Teague, the big guy against Dienma. Turns and the jump hook, no. Rebound, Booker. Saves it in off of Dienma, and it'll belong to Southern. And Tim Jankovic wondered if Booker was standing on the end line when he made that save in.
I think he's saying he came down out of bounds.
Right. As Phillips and Eldridge come in, out goes Clark and Johnson. Salukis will inbound it. Fresh 35 seconds. They had just missed that shot. as Tony Freeman drives on Hill and scoops it back to Nick Evans, who also got back into the game. Here's Fay. He just came back to Evans. He missed the short-range jump shot. Out of bounds it goes. That was an air ball from about 6 feet away. He shot the 6-footer 4.5 feet. And out of bounds it goes, and the Redbirds have it with a 20-13 lead.
Does that mean he's got a really good touch, or does that mean he's got no touch?
I don't think anybody got a piece of it or got his arm. So, yeah, you question his touch on that one. As it goes to the corner to Phillips. Up top, Lewis. Left side, Austin Hill. Hill angles toward the goal. Jump stop and a shot. No. Short off the iron. The rebound, Birds. But Hill now loses it, and now a foul is called as Austin tried to get it back and committed the foul in the process.
Boy, good work by Austin Hill. I think thought he got fouled a couple times, but the official underneath the basket didn't see it that way.
Second on Hill, and he's out of the game with those 2 fouls. Alex Rubin in for him. It's the 4th team foul against the Birds. As Kevin Dillard now back for the Salukis. They, in fact, have all of their starters on the floor, and the Redbirds have 4 of theirs as Fay has it outside, now guarded by Tony Lewis, the only reserve on the floor. Lewis knocked it away, goes back to try to get a piece of it, and Fay did get it to Freeman. Now to the corner, baseline drive, Dillard, layup, yes. So they got out of a tough spot there and got the ball to Kevin Dillard, who had an open pass to the goal, and he cuts the lead to 5, 20-15.
I told you these were 3 of the best officials in the country, Dick.
Well, the folks here wanted a jump ball call. But
or travel.
Yeah, Phillips up on top, driving down through the lane, picks up his dribble into Lewis, who goes up and misses that shot as he took heavy contact and does draw the foul. He'll go to the line for 2, as it is Evans who picks up his 2nd foul.
Evans is just one of those kind of guys, Dick. If he's in the area, he's going to get the foul. I don't know what it is, but there's always a player on each team that, if in doubt, let's give it to 55. If in doubt, let's give it to somebody else. But there's always one.
Tony Lewis, we mentioned an 85% free thrower coming into the game, but he missed that one. He's now 1 for 2 in this contest so far. As Booker is back in, and Nick Evans will have to sit down with that 2nd foul.
One thing I do like, Dick, about the way this crew officiates, they let the kids play.
Although there have been a fair number of free throws attempted. Actually, the Birds now have attempted 5 of them, as that one is missed also by Tony Lewis. The rebound for the Salukis, who come the other way. And the lob into Fay from Dillard, and he couldn't catch it. Defenders all around him. He tried to bat it to the corner, and he wound up batting it out of play. Turnover against the Salukis. The Birds have it right back. And now Lewis out and Carmichael back in. So the Redbirds now have their 5 starters in, and the Salukis, who did have the original starting 5 back, now have 4 starters, with Booker replacing Evans after that 2nd foul against him. Eldridge with it, up top to Odiakosa, right side Phillips, lob Carmichael, layup coming, he missed it, as Booker may have gotten away with a little push there. Carmichael right up against the basket. Booker from behind somehow denied the basket. Dillard has it for the Salukis. Here's Bocat, shot fake and a drive, and the ball taken away. Now it's loose on the floor, picked up by Bocat, who missed the shot. Rebound comes out to Freeman, who drives and gets it blocked by Odiakosa, who gets the rebound off his own block. Now Lloyd Phillips in the front court for the Birds. Here's Lloyd at the top. Drives to the goal, scoops it off toward Dienma, who gets it back to Phillips. A 3 for 0 is way off, and the rebound for Booker. And the Salukis come the other way. And again, a lot of contact and no call. Dillard with it. It's been a while since the Birds have scored. They were up 20-10, now up 20-15. As Dillard with 6:50 to go in the first half. Moves toward the right. Now drives. Now passes to the side. Bocat to Dillard in the corner, who shoots a 3. Not good. Rebounds Fay on the weak side. Out to Freeman. His 3 is good. And the Salukis have scored 8 straight, and they're back to within 2. Freeman's 2nd basket. 6.5 minutes now to play here in the opening half, as Lloyd comes across the timeline. And continues to dribble the ball against Dillard. Now Osiris has it on the left wing. Coming up to meet the pass is Carmichael, driving to the goal. Layup, no, but a whistle and a charge against Jackie Carmichael. That's the 1st on him and the 5th on the team. And that'll get us to an official's timeout. So the Redbirds, who had a 10-point advantage, have watched that lead evaporate to 2 with 8 straight points scored by the visitors. 20-18, the Birds lead with 6:10 left in the half as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
In a world where outdated kitchens and bathrooms are sapping women of their will to live, one company must save us all. This holiday season, join Nordine Remodeling as it embarks on a mission to eliminate outdated kitchens and bathrooms one home at a time. Every turquoise countertop must be replaced. Every outdated stove, every 1960s fridge, every green linoleum floor must be eradicated once and for all. Begin your epic journey by calling Nordine Remodeling and scheduling your free design consultation. Find out how you can double your kitchen's counter space, install beautiful custom cabinets, and create a space for every single gadget in your kitchen. Yes, every single gadget. Call Nordine Remodeling today at 888-4662 or go online to NordineRemodeling.com. Do it today before your will to live is completely gone.
Spread the red.
Remember, for exclusive Redbird interviews, highlights, and podcasts, go to WJBC.com.
20-18, the Redbirds, who have never trailed in this game, right now lead by 2. Before we go further, let's pause and allow our network stations to identify themselves on the Redbird Radio Network.
News, sports, weather, talk, and all things local.
This is your voice for the Redbirds.
1230 WJBC and WJBC.com. 1230 WJBC and WJBC HD, Bloomington Normal.
Now to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Bruce Evans has something for us.
Well, guys, the Birds, when the starters came back in, the offense seemed to leave them as at least they left it on the bench. Birds really struggling to get the point. And also now Kellen Thornton checks in for the first time for the Birds. Guys, he's been number 6 guy pretty much all season long. Number 10 off the bench here today. They look for him to add some athleticism to their lineup. Dick, Maddie, back to you.
Thornton and Carmichael, the inside players for the Birds now, and it is the starting perimeter players, Phillips, Rubin, and Osiris Eldridge. With every 3-point basket the Redbirds score, Gill Street Sports Bar and Restaurant makes a donation to the General Redbird Scholarship Fund, thereby helping to spread the red. Birds with just 1 3 so far. That was the one by Lloyd Phillips. They are 1 for 4 from 3-point territory. The Salukis are 2 for 6 from outside the arc. Been 4.5 minutes of playing time since the Birds have scored a field goal of any sort, as Dillard is across the timeline for the Salukis. Here's Booker coming out to meet the pass. And now a whistle away from the ball. Foul called. And it'll go against the Birds.
Kellen Thornton.
Thornton wastes no time in getting a foul charged against him. It's his first. It's the team's 6th. And so the Salukis inbound it again. As the Salukis put it in play from underneath their own basket. Dillard to do that. A long look, and he lobs it way up top to Freeman. Tony Freeman. The other Freeman, John Freeman, on the bench right now as Tony Freeman picks up his dribble and puts it up top to Dillard, who nearly touched the half-court line as he caught that pass, came down just inside of it. Now to Carlton Fay. It's Thornton on him as he fires and misses the 3. It bounces over the backboard. The Birds get the team rebound.
It was kind of interesting to watch that time, the nonverbal between Dillard and Bocott. Bocott was wide open. Dillard kind of looked at him, and Bocott shook his head saying, "Give me the ball next time."
Phillips has the ball right now for the Redbirds as across the timeline it goes to Osiris Eldridge. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Birds by 2. Right of the lane drive, and the ball stripped out of bounds nicely by Tony Freeman. The Redbirds will put it in play. Good defensive play.
Yeah, it's a fun matchup to watch. Those two are really going at each other.
Freeman out of Maywood, Illinois, played at Proviso East High School and then for the University of Iowa, and has 1 year left of eligibility. Now John Freeman back into the game for the Salukis as the Redbirds put it in play from underneath their own basket. 15 to shoot. Phillips with it. Right wing Rubin. Inside it goes, and Carmichael is fouled by Booker. He reached over Jackie Carmichael. Didn't get too much of Carmichael. Got a lot of basketball, but gets the foul anyway.
Yeah, Booker's a good-looking athlete, very long, and I think going to be a great player in this league before his career is over at Carbondale.
First foul on Booker, and the 7th on the team. So Jackie gets himself to the free throw line, where he has been so far this year, 61%, 3.4 attempts per game. He's done a nice job of getting to the free throw line. Carmichael rims that one in there, and the Redbirds are now 4 out of 6 from the stripe in this game, and that's their first point in about 5.5 minutes of playing time as they now lead 21-18. Kendall Brown-Searles back in. Dillard sits down for the Salukis, as Carmichael has a chance for another point. It would be his 8th of the game, and he got that one the same way. Hit the front of the rim, the bankboard, and put it through. Is he doing that on purpose?
Yeah, I think if he scooted up about an inch, though, he'd get nothing but net.
Brown-Searles across the timeline as the Redbird lead is 4 after those 2 throws by Carmichael. Now baseline Freeman gets it out to Searles. Fay open for 3, and that's good off the glass. And it's 22-21. They're within 1 as Fay banked one in from the right wing from 3. His second basket. And their third 3. Osiris now on the left wing for the Redbirds. Moves to the top and lost the ball. Saved it in. Carmichael gets it and shoots it not good. And the rebound taken out of there by Fay. Here it comes to Freeman. Freeman runs over Carmichael and travels.
Well, he kind of anticipated the contact, and Jackie did a great job moving his feet. There was no contact, and you're right, Freeman shuffled on the baseline.
The travel reminds us of the folks at Susie Davis Travel. Contact them today to find out more about their exclusive Direct to the Wilderness Princess Cruise tours to Alaska next summer, or visit online at suzidavis.com. Lloyd Phillips across the timeline for the Redbirds. Bounce pass to Carmichael. Way up top outside the arc, he finds Rubin, and Alex deals to Phillips on the right side. Here's Lloyd. Up top to Rubin. He pulls up, 17-footer. That's not good. And the rebound for Brown-Searles of the Salukis. Brown-Searles across the timeline, left of the lane drive, and a block by Carmichael. The Missouri Valley's leading shot rejector gets his 21st of the season, and that gets us to an official's timeout. It will be Saluki ball when we return. The record for freshman blocks here at Illinois State is owned by a guy who's watching this game, Mike Vandegaard. He had 36 when he was a freshman. Jackie needs just 15 more. He's a pretty good bet to get it. 3:49 left in the first half. Birds by 1, 22-21 as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Meyer knows that ever since the dawn of history, people have loved low prices. Take the Cro-Magnons.
Look what I picked up today at Rocks and Things.
A woolly mammoth welcome mat?
Don't worry your not-so-little hairy head. It only cost 9 pterodactyl teeth.
Well, for 9 pterodactyl teeth, I guess you can keep it.
2 million years later, Meyer has everyday low prices on everything from steaks to big-screen TVs, not to mention thousands of sale items and 5,000 price drops each week. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that low prices never get old. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices.
Buying a new or used car can be nerve-wracking, but Extreme Motors takes the worry of buying a car right out of the equation. Drive Hyundais, Kias, and Nissan, and buy with confidence, because Extreme Motors offers lifetime warranties on all new and used vehicles. Extreme Motors, 2029 Ireland Grove Road, and 1608 South Morrissey in Bloomington, or visit driveextreme.com.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Go Extreme. Extreme is the one. Click, click, click. DriveExtreme.com.
Spread the red on the voice of McLean County, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
Redbird basketball is brought to you by, and all injury updates are brought to you by Orthopedic Sports Enhancement Center, your team leader for comprehensive sports medicine. No injuries right now, except maybe that basketball that Jackie just pounded into about the 4th row on that last block effort. Let's go to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Here's Bruce Evans.
Hopefully one of these days Jackie will figure out that if he can tap it into field of play here, or the court, good things can happen as well. But right now we'll take him as a freshman, trying to knock out a few people in the 2nd or 3rd row. Speaking of difficulty, how about the Birds offensively right now? Seemingly can't get any easy shots. I thought these Salukis weren't good at playing defense, Dick. They look pretty good to me right now. Back to you.
I don't think they've totally lost that part of their game as they've developed offensively, and the Redbirds are 0 for their last 7 from the field, and a big part of that, Mike, is the Saluki defense.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. We've had a couple open looks. We've had last time Alex had a wide open look, and really we can't get anything to fall, but credit Salukis with great defense.
Redbirds have their starting 5 on the floor as the Salukis inbound it here with 29 seconds on the shot clock. Dillard has trouble finding somebody and now does lob it to Fay, who before he goes out of bounds gets it back to Dillard just in time. And now Brown Searles up on top. Brown Searles and Dillard playing together, and the freshman Brown Searles operating at the point against Phillips. To Dillard on the wing. Up top, Brown Searles penetrates inside, falls down, loose ball, scramble for it. We're going to get a held ball. Or no, the Birds called a timeout. Osiris Eldridge with a heads-up call as he had possession of it just before he was tied up. He gets the timeout call and gets a pat on the shoulder from Tim Jankovic for making that call. This 30-second timeout is brought to you by O'Brien Mitsubishi. Visit today at Fort Jesse Road and Veterans Parkway in Normal or at o'brienteamnormal.com.
And that's really what you like to see. Coach Jankovic, I'm sure, saw the same thing. Great hustle by Osiris. He's off to kind of a slow start. Only has 2 points, only has 1 rebound, 1 for 4 from the floor, but still giving it everything he's got, going after the loose ball.
Hit his first shot and has missed 3 since then, including a couple from three-point territory.
Yeah, Tony Freeman's really done a nice job on him. We hear all about Freeman's offense, and he's really kind of locked down Osiris over the last 10 minutes.
Tony Freeman, the one-year transfer like Cam Pagucci was last year for the Redbirds, and certainly some people question whether you should really bring a player in for just 1 year. The Birds are happy they brought Champion last year.
Absolutely. It kind of depends on who that player is.
Right.
And Champ was a nice addition.
I think the Salukis are pretty happy with what they're getting from Freeman here in this 1 year of eligibility for him at Southern Illinois. As Phillips is across the timeline, Osiris Eldridge now with it for Illinois State. Left of center, dribbles now toward the left wing, picks up his dribble, gets it down to Jackie Carmichael, left baseline move and a whistle, and Fay is on his arm as he tries to get in position for the shot.
You know, we were talking in the postgame, or excuse me, Dick, in the pregame about Carlton Fay, how tough he is to guard at the offensive end. Well, at the defensive end, he's got some tough matchups because he's going against bigger, stronger players.
Fay's first foul, the 8th against the team. Now Bocott and Tony Freeman are back, and John Freeman sits down along with Gene Teague, who is in there very briefly. Meanwhile, Carmichael, who made a couple of adventurous free throws a moment ago, will try a 1-and-1 here, the first of which is not good, and the rebound for the Salukis. Freeman pulls it down, and the Salukis down only a point, come the other way, looking for their first lead of the game. 3 minutes now to play here in the opening half. Dillard with it against Lloyd. Moves it to the right side. Here's Tony Freeman. Rubin on him. Freeman drives. Flips it to the corner. Bocott with the ball. Justin Bocott moves up to the top, spins it back to the wing, and now down to the baseline. Booker back out. Bocott, a lefty three is good, and the Salukis have their first lead of the game. It's 24-22.
Same spot, same rotation, same result.
Yeah, that's his shot as Bocott has 2 threes and 3 baskets overall, and the Birds trail for the first time. 24-22. Jump shot by Phillips at the other end is good. Lloyd has made both of his shots in this game, plus a couple of free throws, and he quickly ties the score as he drove to within about 12 feet and jumped it in. Now Bocott at the other end to Tony Freeman out on the left wing. He scoops it to Bocott, another 3, and that's way off, and the rebound is out of bounds, and it belongs to the Redbirds.
Didn't find his spot.
He needs to be over on that left wing. Yep. I think he had a little rotation on that one as well. He needs no rotation.
That's a little distance control, though.
Here's Osiris across the timeline. Moving toward the right. Picks up his dribble, finds Lloyd Phillips. Now inside, Dima Odiakosa gets it, a double team. He gets it inside to Carmichael, who has his dunk blocked. Off the block, it's Freeman. A clean block apparently made, I think, by Fay, as Dillard has it right of center. Or was it Booker? I couldn't tell. Dillard gets a screen as he now is bumped by Carmichael, who's called for the foul. Carmichael coming out to hedge the guard. And he got his knee out there, and down went Dillard, and the whistle blew, and it's a foul against Jackie. Second on him.
I'll tell you what, Dick, what's our 3rd game in the Missouri Valley Conference this year so far, and every one of them has been very entertaining. Each play, each possession, it's going to be a fun year.
Carmichael out with that second foul, and Tony Lewis is in. Meanwhile, Dillard goes to the line. That is the 7th team foul against the Redbirds, so a 1-and-1 here, and Kevin Dillard cashes in the first free throw, and Southern leads 25-24. as John Freeman is back in. Tony Freeman goes out. Fay is out, and back in is Gene Teague, the freshman from New Jersey. Dillard to shoot another free throw here as he tries for his 6th point of the game. And he gets it. So it's a 2-point Southern lead again at 26-24. And now a little full court pressure here being shown by Southern. Man-to-man press. Once the Birds get it in, they don't have too much trouble getting it across the timeline. Takes them a few extra seconds to do so as Phillips has it in the front court. Left wing to Eldridge. Osiris comes to the top to Tony Lewis, who lost the ball on the dribble toward the goal. Picked off by John Freeman. Ahead to Dillard across the timeline. Dillard in the lane, now forced to dribble back out. 1 minute and 5 seconds now to go here in the first half. As Dillard moves toward the right and bounces it to Anthony Booker. Booker right side pass to Gene Teague. Teague has it knocked by Rubin. He tries to save it in and can't quite do it. Out of bounds off of Alex. What a wonderful effort by the junior from Minnesota, who gets up a little slowly. He has to have quite a floor burn there. That's what he's got on his right arm.
Yeah, I think he might have bumped his crazy bone, too. That thing is probably a little bit numb right now, but he's a tough kid.
He tapped the pass and then went back to try to save it in and dove in the effort to do so and clanged against the press table over there. As now we've got a dribbling violation called against Southern Illinois. Dillard carrying the ball on the dribble, and the Birds get it on the Saluki turnover. With 43 seconds left in the half, there's an 8-second difference between the clocks. As Phillips comes across the timeline. Birds down 2 here in the final now half minute of this first half of play. Lloyd up top to Rubin. He pulls up, 17-footer, no. Rebound for Salukis. As Teague boxed out Odiakosa, Dillard winds up with the rebound, and a timeout called by sixth-year coach Chris Lowry with 20 seconds left to go. This is a 30-second timeout, and it's brought to you by Parkway Auto Laundry. Take a 10-minute timeout and have your vehicle cleaned at Parkway Auto Laundry. Well, the Birds led most of this half. They were up 20-10 at one juncture, but since then, 16-4 run for the Salukis, and they'll try to add to that run here with which to finish the half.
And both teams not shooting it all that well, 9 of 23 for each team, but the Salukis are 4 of 10 behind the arc. Illinois State only 1 of 4.
That fast stat, those fast stats, brought to you by Sean Craig from First Midwest Securities, your retirement income specialist. At halftime, Bruce Evans, over at our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone, will get a chance to have a few words with Doug Elgin, the veteran commissioner of the Missouri Valley Conference, who is here watching this one. As Carlton Fay will put it in play, the Redbirds with a little extended defense here. Phillips a three-quarter court. Now pretty much backs off and allows Dillard to move it across the timeline. We're down to 10 seconds left in the half as the Salukis play for the final shot of the stanza.
Illinois State playing 2-3 zone, Dick.
Dillard up on top, 3.5. He fires a three. It's good. That's the buzzer. And the Salukis take a 5-point lead to the locker room as over the zone, Dillard nails the three. And he now has 9 points. He's the Saluki leader. The Redbirds led in the first half by Jackie Carmichael, who had 8, but it's the Salukis who lead this game 29-24 as we're back with more after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Hello, this is David Smith at Ron Smith Printing. On the 3rd of September 2009, Ron Smith Printing marked its 50th year of serving the graphics and printing needs of Central Illinois. Over the years, we have seen a lot of changes in the products we produce and the way we produce them. One thing that has not changed is the value we place on how our customers are treated. Whether your order is large or small, it gets the same dedicated service to see that it measures up to the expectations you have for the finished product. At Ron Smith Printing, we offer the highest quality full-color brochures, multi-page booklets, business cards, letterheads, and envelopes. We can also provide your company or organization with a full line of promotional products and advertising specialties to keep your business name and website in front of your customers. Call on us today. We're located at 2425 South Main Street in Bloomington.
This is Illinois State men's basketball coach Tim Jankovich, and you're listening to the Voice of the Redbirds, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
29-24, Southern Illinois leads here at the end of the first half. The Salukis have trailed at the end of the half in each of their last 4 games. They've won all 4 of those games, so who knows? Maybe this is a good omen, but the Redbirds are down by 5. Now, let's turn it over to our studio host, who will take us through most of this halftime period. Here again is Zach Parcell.
All right, thank you very much, Dick. Halftime brought to you by Starcrest Cleaners. Starcrest Cleaners customers are spotless in the spotlight. We'll check a scoreboard coming up in a few moments, but first we'll take a break, and then we'll have a chat with Commissioner Doug Elgin. That follows this, as the Redbirds trail the Salukis 29-24 at the halftime break. Back with the Commissioner after this on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Remember those movies where dinosaurs were still alive and their little pea brains hadn't evolved, so they just ran around consuming everything they could and causing people lots of trouble? Well, banks are kind of like that. They've been around forever, but they haven't evolved. They live for profit, and they consume as much as they can. Scary. On the other hand, Prairie Land Federal Credit Union is highly evolved. Unlike banks, we're not for profit. That means better rates, fewer fees, and more savings for you. Very civilized. Join the new era of banking with Prairie Land Federal Credit Union. As for banks, some dinosaurs are better off extinct. Visit Prairie Land Federal Credit Union at notyournormalbank.com to learn about better loans and services, including Platinum Visa rates so low, it's scary. NCUA insured, membership eligibility required. Certain restrictions apply.
McLean County's voice for weather.
1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
29-24, the Redbirds trail the Salukis at the halftime break. Scores coming up in a few moments, but first let's head back out to Redbird Arena, and Bruce is standing by with the Commissioner, Doug Elgin. Bruce.
Well, thank you very much, Zach. Well, Doug, it's another exciting night here in Normal. We got the big TV with ESPN and a lot of excitement. How have you been, and how's the conference?
I think we're having a good year, Bruce. Great rivalry here, big crowd here at Redbird Arena. It's like old times.
You know, we're just getting into the conference schedule now. You've had a chance to see how all the teams did with the non-conference schedule. How's the conference stacking up?
Well, I think right now you'd have to look at Northern Iowa at 3-0 with wins over Boston College, Siena, Iowa State on the road as the favorite. They were the media's near unanimous preseason favorite, and I think they're going to have a lot of company at the top of the league. We look very strong, and I'm very impressed with the 2 teams out there tonight.
You know, all the teams in the Valley kind of had a pretty good non-conference. Drake maybe a little bit disappointing, I guess, coming in, but this looks to be a very exciting conference here.
Well, right now it looks like we're going to have a lot of parity in the upper division and strength in the lower division. I don't think there's any doubt that we're better than we were a year ago. We're looking forward to what should be a really good tournament in March.
I was just going to say that 20 years, right, for Arch Madness. I tell you what, it is something that you always look forward to. What a great, great time.
Well, it really is. Perfect venue for us, the Scott Trade Center, in a neutral city, a true neutral city. And as you know, the last time it was on campus, it was right here at Redbird Arena. But we've certainly enjoyed the run we've had in St. Louis. It's been good. The competition has been incredible, and the attendance has been absolutely spectacular.
I was going to say the attendance couldn't be better. That is such a great venue, as you mentioned. As we look forward to March, we always look forward to those selection shows, and sometimes up here, at least, we don't look that forward to them, as it has not been kind. As you look at your crystal ball, what does it look like for the Valley at this point? What's going to have to happen to get multiple teams in?
I think we've got to have, our better teams need to win and win convincingly. We're seeing that so far. We've got great records at the top. We've got Missouri State with 12 wins, Northern Iowa with 12, Wichita State with 13, Illinois State with 10 and counting. I think we're going to have a really tremendous race, and I think we're going to see a well-balanced field coming into St. Louis.
Well, Commissioner, thanks for coming up and visiting with us. As always, can't wait to see you in St. Louis.
Thank you, Bruce. Always a pleasure.
All right, that is the Commissioner of the Missouri Valley, Doug Elgin. Zach, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Bruce, appreciate it. It's always great to hear from the commish. 29-24, the Redbirds trail at the halftime break. We'll take a look at the scoreboard coming up next here on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
It might not come up in a backyard barbecue with friends. Still, it's probably on many people's minds. What's your idea of financial security? Just ask.
Financial security, goal number one. I want to make sure there's some kind of safety net for my family.
We need to know we have enough insurance for emergencies.
And making sure we have a good plan for our retirement.
It's a personal choice. At Country Financial, there's only one right answer to the definition of financial security, yours. So no matter where you're starting from, your Country Financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future.
Wow, I could open my own barbecue restaurant.
Just tell us your idea of financial security, and we'll put our experience and financial strength to work for you. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
See the Country Financial representative near you, or visit countryfinancial.com.
Redbird basketball on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network is brought to you by Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security?
29-24, the Redbirds trail the Salukis at the halftime break. Let's take a look at your halftime scoreboard, brought to you by Famous Dave's, home of the best tasting, most award-winning ribs in America, at the corner of Veterans Parkway and Morrissey in Bloomington. And our look around the Missouri Valley Conference is brought to you by the 2010 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Championship. Help celebrate the 20th anniversary of Arch Madness, March 4th through the 7th, as the Birds compete at Scottrade Center in St. Louis. For Arch Madness tickets, call 314-241-1888 or order online at Ticketmaster.com. Everything else in the Valley has gone final. Indiana State pulls off a road win over Drake, 60-46. Sycamore's now 2-1 in league play. Drake falls to 0-3. Northern Iowa at home defeats Missouri State 84-76. The Bears fall to 2-1 in league play. Northern Iowa improves to a perfect 3-0. In Evansville, it was Creighton going on the road and beating the Purple Aces 72-64. Bradley goes on the road and falls to Wichita State as the Shockers prevail 81-69. Quick look over at the Big Ten. It's Michigan with a home upset over number 15 Ohio State 73-64, and Wisconsin goes on the road and beats Penn State 63-46. The final week of the regular season in the NFL as the Bears beat the Lions 37-23. It was the Steelers over the Dolphins 30-24. Houston beat New England 34-27. Buffalo sent the Colts their second straight loss 30-7. It was the 49ers over the Rams, 28-6. Atlanta over Tampa Bay by 10, 20-10. It was Carolina over the Saints, 23-10. Cleveland beat Jacksonville, 23-17. Minnesota trounced the Giants, 44-7. It was Tennessee on top of Seattle, 17-13. Dallas shut out the Eagles, 24-0. San Diego beat Washington, 23-20. Baltimore over Oakland, 21-13. Green Bay beat Arizona, 33-7. Kansas City beat Denver 44-24, and with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, it's the Jets leading the Bengals 7-0. It's the Salukis leading the Redbirds in this one, though, 29-24. Back out to Redbird Arena after this on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Buying a new or used car can be nerve-wracking, but Extreme Motors takes the worry of buying a car right out of the equation. Drive Hyundais, Kias, and Nissan, and buy with confidence, because Extreme Motors offers lifetime warranties on all new and used vehicles. Extreme Motors, 2029 Ireland Grove Road, and 1608 South Morrissey in Bloomington, or visit driveextreme.com.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Go Extreme. Extreme is the one. Click, click, click. DriveExtreme.com.
Are you facing an unexpected career change or early retirement? I'm Eric LePan, a Country Financial representative, and I can help you get answers to your tough financial questions. Learn how to make the best use of your 401k rollover, severance, or other lump sum payouts. I will review your personal situation and provide a retirement needs analysis to help you guide your decisions. Discover your options with me, Eric LePan, your Country representative in Bloomington.
Investment management, retirement trust, and planning services provided by Country Trust Bank. Bank products and services are not FDIC insured, not guaranteed, and subject to investment risk.
Hey, sports fans. I always wanted to say that. I'm Todd Weinberner. I'm in the WJBC weekday lineup 9 to 10 every weekday morning. Check me out. I'll say nice things about you, I promise.
29-24, the Redbirds trail the Salukis. Before we head out to Redbird Arena, let's pause and allow our network stations to identify themselves. This is the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
News, sports, weather, talk, and a whole lot of fun.
Right here on your voice for the Redbirds.
1230 WJBC.
WJBC.com. Go you Redbirds.
1230 WJBC and WJBC HD, Bloomington Normal.
Redbirds down by 5, 29-24. Let's head back out to Redbird Arena. Dick, Maddie, and Bruce.
Thank you, Zach. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by Elroy's Sports Bar in downtown Bloomington, your college and pro sports headquarters, where you can watch all of the big games on over 20 television screens in HD. Mike, the Birds down 5 here at the half. How are we doing so far with those keys?
Well, we're doing a nice job defensively. Hold SIU under 20 transition points. They only have 2, although we have none. We do need to do a little bit better job on Freeman, Dillard, and Bocott. We needed to hold them under 40, and at halftime, they've combined for 22.
How many points for anybody in this game? Only a total of 53 for both teams.
Yeah, we really need to get Osiris and Dima on track. Each only had 2 points in the first half, and we need their offense down the stretch.
Redbirds finished the half being outscored 19-4 after they had a 20-10 lead, and so as a result they trail here 29-24. The Birds shot 9 for 23 overall, and that's not good, obviously. 39%. The Salukis not much better, 42% at 10 for 24. Southern this year, Mike, has made a living from outside of the arc, and they're doing that in this game. 5 for 11 from three-point territory. They have three-pointers from 4 different players.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game. Plus, they've gotten to the line and made all 4 of their trips. So they're doing a nice job shooting the basketball. We've done a nice job defensively. We just need to get the offense going.
Redbirds out-rebounded in this game so far, 17-13. That hadn't happened very often this year for the Redbirds to be out-rebounded over the space of a ball game. Not many turnovers, 7 against Southern Illinois, 5 against the Redbirds. The Birds have done a very good job of taking care of the ball this year.
Yeah, they really have good guard play. I think Lloyd's played a very nice first half. He's played very well so far in the conference, and he'll need to continue, and he's doing a nice job offensively too, but we need to get other players involved.
Next up for the Redbirds, Evansville. We will be at Evansville, Indiana on Wednesday night for a 7 o'clock start at Roberts Stadium. We'll be on the air at 6:30 here on the Redbird Radio Network. And tomorrow night, the ISU women are back in action after being pounded pretty good by Creighton here on this floor yesterday afternoon. They go out of the conference for one game and take on SIU Edwardsville down in Edwardsville. R.C. McBride and Jill Hutchison will have the call with our coverage starting at 6:45 tomorrow evening. It's a 7 o'clock game at SIU Edwardsville. Again, the score here at the half is 29-24. Southern leads Illinois State. We're back with the second stanza after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Winter can really be a drag, especially on your car. Z-Bart Superstore has 3 great ideas to make life a little easier. Your car can be toasty warm every morning with just a push of a button with a remote starter. Or help keep your favorite vehicle looking its best with rust proofing. Z-Bart Superstore can also detail your car and make it look brand new. Head to Z-Bart Superstore today at 9 Westport Court, just off East Empire in Bloomington. Or give them a call at 662-7878.
Hi, this is Matt. Visit us online at zbartsuperstore.com and join the Redline Rewards Club to receive your instant $30 coupon.
Pub 2 in Uptown Normal is not just a sports bar. Sure, you can watch all your favorite college and pro teams on the 4 big screens and 16 other TVs, including HD TVs. But do you know how great the food is at Pub 2? Pub 2 offers daily food and drink specials, and they have the best cheeseburgers and cheese balls anywhere. And because their prices are so low, you can afford to bring the whole family. So tonight or after any game, stop into Pub 2, a Redbird supporter since 1974, corner of College and Linden in Uptown Normal.
WJBC, winner of the 2009 Marconi Award as the nation's best small market radio station.
Redbirds come out with their starting 5. Chris Lowry still huddled around his players. Lowry in his 6th year at Southern, 118 wins and 61 losses, almost twice as many wins as losses. He was Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year in 2007, was the youngest ever to win that award at 32. The Lukis that year were seeded 4th in the NCAA tournament. That's the highest seed a Missouri Valley team has ever received in the NCAA tournament since Larry Bird's Indiana State Sycamores back in 1979. They really had it going that year. And they're doing pretty well this year. They're 9-2 overall and 2-0 in the league, and they have a 5-point halftime lead here as we start the second half. It is Southern's opening possession, our second half pass in, brought to you by the Alamo 2, your official Redbird bookstore and Spread the Red headquarters. The Salukis go to work as Dillard gets it down low. Quick jump hook, rolls no good for Evans. On the rebound, Carmichael. Evans had a good opportunity there, but he couldn't cash it in, and now the Birds have the basketball. Osiris moves toward the right and flips it to Phillips up on top. Here's Lloyd, pulls up, shoots, and gets it blocked, but that's because Dillard got his arm. And Lloyd will go to the free throw line here for a couple of chances, just 25 seconds into the half. First foul on Dillard, first obviously on either team in the half, and Lloyd Phillips, who made 2 free throws in the first stanza, gets 2 more here, the first of which is not good. Redbirds are 5 out of 9 from the line. That's not great. As the second one does find its way through the rim, and it's now 29-25. The Birds score the first point of the second half, and they're back to within 4. Kevin Dillard with it. Comes up to the top, right of the lane drive. Now the pass to the corner and the 3, and Bocott gets another one. That's 3 threes for him in this game, as Southern's lead is all the way up to 7 points now, the biggest of the game for the Salukis. The Birds had a 10-point lead at one juncture. Justin Bocott now with 11 points playing here in his hometown. Eldridge with it for the Redbirds on the other end. Goes to Phillips on the right wing. Back to Osiris. Gets a screen, moves toward the right. Evans, the help defender, can't stay with him, and tried to dunk it and got fouled. And will pick himself up and go to the free throw line. 2 quick team fouls against Southern Illinois as Carlton Fay picked up that one. That's his second. And so it's Osiris Eldridge at the line with 2 opportunities. This year from the line, 77%. Rims that one good. Boy, nothing's coming easy from the free throw line,
I really didn't. I didn't think they had any chance when he let it go. It looked short and left and crawled in there.
Osiris Eldridge, the 7th leading scorer in Illinois State history. He has quite a ways to go to get to number 6, Tyrese Bryson, another 167 points. He'll no doubt get that before the season is over. He now has 4 in this game as he cashes in that free throw, so actually he's 163 points now, shy of Tyrese Bryson, as the Redbirds are back to within 5 at 32-27. Here's Dillard against Lloyd Phillips. Now Dienma comes out to hedge him, and Dillard picks up the dribble and goes to Freeman, who fires the pass down low. Evans to Bocott, a block by Carmichael, but a foul is called against Jackie as he turned and rose into the air to deny Bocott the shot, but he does pick up the foul.
Yeah, I think Freeman may have gotten away with a push-off. I thought Alex Rubin really had nice position right in front of the official, and the official shook his head and said, nah, not tonight.
That is the 3rd foul against Jackie Carmichael, so that's not good news, as Bocott goes to the line for 2. Justin Bocott, the native of Bloomington, has only attempted 14 free throws this year. You would think he'd get to the line more frequently than that, although he does shoot a lot of perimeter jump shots. This throw is not good. He had made 13 of his previous 14. He misses that one. Tries again for his 12th point of the game as he looks to put the Salukis up by a half dozen. It's on the way, and it's good. He got that one, and the Southern lead is 33-27. As the Birds come across the timeline, Osiris bringing the ball across. Moves it to the left wing, and now finds Rubin on that side of the floor. Alex to the right side to Phillips. They deny Dienma the pass. Here comes O. Pulls up, fires the 3. It's way off, and the rebound chased down by Carmichael, who's playing with 3 fouls. To Phillips, his 3. That's good. Lloyd Phillips, now with 11, the leading Redbird scorer in this game, gets his team back to within 3. It's 33-30.
Yeah, Lloyd did a nice job, got his feet under him. Osiris appears to be shooting the ball just a hair quick.
As the pass comes to Bocott on the left wing. Up top, here's Fay. To Dillard on the right side. Now Freeman a 3, and that's way off. Did not draw iron, just hit the backboard as Odiokosa rebounds it. Here's the pass ahead to O at the right side. He flips it over the head of Alex Rubin, who leaped high but couldn't come up with that one. Turnover against the Redbirds. And now Booker is in as Fay got shaken up on that last play, went down to the floor and banged his left knee, and he is out. And Anthony Booker back in for Southern Illinois. The Salukis still lead it 33-30. We're at 17 and a half minutes to go in this game. Across the timeline comes Dillard. Kevin Dillard gets it to Booker at the high post. Carmichael on him. Booker swings it to the right side. Bocott lost it. It's Osiris with the steal. He goes to the goal, and the jam is denied by Evans, but he will get to the free throw line as the foul is called on Nick Evans. Osiris, a little lackadaisical there in getting to the basket, and that gave Evans the opportunity to get there in time to at least commit the foul and deny the basket.
Yeah, credit to Evans. He didn't give up on the play. Great hustle by the 6'11 sophomore.
He does pick up his third foul. But will have to get his points from the line. He just got a couple there a moment ago. Let's see if he can get two more as the first one is on the way, and it is good.
Yeah, and Evans kind of sent a message there, too, that regardless, there won't be any easy ones, and he has a word for Osiris as he jogs off the floor.
Meanwhile, Gene Teague back in to replace him. Bocott also goes out. John Freeman back for the Salukis, whose lead is down to 2. Osiris gets another free throw, and so the difference now is only a point. At 33-32. Salukis will put it in play. John Freeman against some full court pressure now applied by the Birds. Gets it deep in the backcourt and now gets it back to Freeman, who will move it across against Rubin. Here's Freeman driving toward the goal. Alex stays with him as John Freeman gets it to Tony Freeman. Now inside Booker against Carmichael. He got fouled. A reach in by Carmichael just as he was about to turn and jump hook it in. Jackie got his hand in there and got him on the arm. And that's 4 on Jackie Carmichael. So Coach Jankovic rolled the dice a little bit there, keeping Carmichael on the floor with 3. Now he picks up his 4th, and that'll get him out of the game as Lewis is in. Rubin also goes out for the Redbirds. Austin Hill back on the floor for Illinois State as the Salukis inbounded. Tony Freeman against Osiris. It was Rubin guarding Freeman. Now moves over to him as Dillard still guarded by Phillips. Lloyd's been on him the whole game. Here's Tony Lewis coming out to hedge Freeman. That forces him wide. Phillips catches up with him. The pass down to the high post. Here's Teague banging with Odiokosa and a whistle and a foul against Dienma. Over the back is the call. Boy, Teague just lowered his shoulder and banged into Odiokosa a couple of times, and the whistle went against Dienma. His second, the team's third.
Not a very good call. He initiated the contact. Teague got the call. Very unusual.
As the ball will be inbounded here by John Freeman of Southern.
Let's see if there's a makeup call here, Dick.
Here it goes to Dillard. Phillips out on him. Kevin Dillard dribbles all the way to the top near the timeline and starts the offense over again for the Salukis as he fires the pass to the right wing. On the drive is Freeman. Jump stop at a pass. Booker fakes the 17-footer. Now the drive. Shoves it inside. Ball out of bounds off of the Redbirds, off of Austin Hill, who made a good defensive play. It'll be inbounded by Southern with 17 seconds for the Salukis to shoot the ball. Dillard quickly gets it in, gets it back, but he's covered up. He shoots it anyway, and he missed it. And the rebound, Teague, who gets it blocked by Dienma, but a goaltending call gives the Salukis the basket. And the guys in the stripes, Steve Welmer, Mike Sanzier, and Tom O'Neill, not very popular right now.
And I can see why.
Goaltending the call. Teague gets the basket. It's his first. The Redbird deficit is 3, and the crowd really going to work on the officials. Phillips up top. Here's Dienma. Picks up his dribble into Osiris, and a dunk. Off the pass from Dienma. Odiokosa. Birds back to within 1. Southern in a hurry. Here's Dillard to Freeman. His 3. Not good. Rebound John Freeman, who comes out of there. Up top, Tony Freeman's 3 is good. And Southern up by 4. Good job by the Salukis to get it back in a hurry and get an open 3. They missed that one, but when given the second chance, they didn't miss it. And now Osiris driving and missing the shot as he's fouled, taking it to the goal. With the left hand, he put it softly off the glass. It caromed off the rim, not good. He'll be at the free throw line when we return to play. But first, an official's timeout as Tim Jankovic goes out to talk with Steve Welmer. 15:31 left here in the game. The Birds trail Southern Illinois 38-34 as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
It may be a question far from the minds of young athletes, but not their parents, grandparents, coaches, and teachers. What's your idea of financial security? Just ask.
I come to all the games, watch my grandson. Financial security? It's helping my grandkids with college.
Financial security? As his dad, it's making sure he's protected when he drives. Whatever your goals, whatever your dreams, Country Financial can help you achieve financial security.
I'm a new coach and teacher, and I could sure use some help with a financial plan.
It's a personal choice. At Country Financial, there's only one right answer to the definition of financial security, yours. So no matter where you're starting from, your Country Financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future.
Maybe he won't be in the pros, but watch that boy shoot.
At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
See the Country Financial representative near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
Redbird basketball is brought to you in part by the folks at Susie Davis Travel. Contact them today to find out more about their exclusive nonstop winter departures from Central Illinois. Let's head over to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone and Bruce Evans next to the Redbird bench.
Well, guys, no lack of excitement or lack of physicality here on this basketball court. And I think what I like the best at this point is Osiris Eldridge not making outside shots, but he has decided to take it to the rim each and every time. And I think that's going to bear some dividends for the Birds, not only with the layups and the foul shots he's going to take, but also that's going to create some havoc with that defense to get some open looks, we hope, for the Birds. Guys?
As the Redbirds find themselves down 38-34, they have trailed the entire second half so far after leading most of the first half. Up at one juncture, 20-10. That was halfway through the first half. After that, they scored only 4 points, a field goal and a couple of free throws in the final 10 minutes and 30 seconds or so of the first half.
We got up 20-10. You kind of thought it was over, didn't you?
I actually did not. I liked the score, but I don't know too many college basketball games that are over 10 minutes in.
If they're not good ones if they are.
Osiris
very good.
Eldridge has been proficient from the free throw line, 4 for 4. Came into the game at 77%, shoots this one up and in. Osiris gets to the line, Mike, 3.3 times per game. He's already been there 5 times, and now this will be his 6th effort in this game, but it does seem as though he should be shooting more free throws.
Yeah, I would agree. And Bruce made a good point. This is when he's at his best, when he's taking it to the goal, and then the outside shot will open up for him.
And he'll be at the free throw line more often when he does that as he cashes in both free throws, cuts the lead in half, and the Redbirds are back to within 2 at 38-36. Here's Dillard with it now for Southern Illinois. Against Lloyd Phillips. Moves down the left of the lane, gets it to Teague. An awkward jump hook way off, rebounded by Tony Lewis, who's in there for Jackie Carmichael, who's on the bench with 4 fouls. Phillips across the timeline. Lloyd at the top, fakes the shot, goes right wing to Osiris. Now guarded by John Freeman. Moves to the top, fires a 3. That's good! Osiris drifting to the left and cashing in the 3 to put the Birds on top for the first time since the first half at 39-38 Illinois State. And now with 13 points. He had only 2 at the half.
I didn't really like the shot at the time, but I sure liked the result.
Freeman on the left wing against Austin Hill. Hands it off to Dillard, who fires a 3 of his own and misses. On the rebound, Tony Lewis to Lloyd Phillips. Quickly picked up by Dillard, but Phillips will get it across the timeline. As he goes all the way inside, shoves it further in, and a dunk by Dienma. And the Redbirds lead by 3, 41-38.
Yeah, what a great play by Lloyd Phillips,
who has had a wonderful game, and now a timeout called by Chris Lowry and the Salukis of Southern Illinois. The Redbirds down by as many as 7 in this game. Right now lead by 3 at 41-38 with 14-14 left as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Celebrate the holidays with the biggest clearance savings of the year at O'Brien Mitsubishi. We're wishing everyone a happy holiday and a Merry Mitsubishi with brand new Galant, original MSRP over $21,900, now on clearance for just $14,990. New Lancers only $199 a month, or get a new Endeavor SUV with a huge $6,000 off. Plus, buy any Mitsubishi in stock with zero down. Don't miss the best Mitsubishi deals of the year during O'Brien Mitsubishi's holiday clearance. All Mitsubishis are drastically reduced. Galant's just $14,990. Lancers $199 a month. Endeavors $6,000 off. Plus, the first 20 Mitsubishi sold come with a Wii game system. Happy holidays at a Merry Mitsubishi. Rush to O'Brien Mitsubishi on the corner of Fort Jesse and Veterans Parkway in Normal. Click O'BrienTeamNormal.com. Mitsubishi Motors.
60-month lease, $19.99 to a Sunny plus tax tag title approved credit 12K miles per year. MSRP dealer retains rebates and incentives while supplies last.
McLean County's voice for news, sports, weather, talk, and all things local.
1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
Redbirds up 41-38 after trailing earlier in this half, 32-25. So they're on a 16-6 run here with 14-14 left to go in the ball game as we head to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Here is Bruce.
Well, guys, good run there by the Redbirds. And how about Tony Lewis? They put him in the ball game. They said, Tony, go get every rebound. And I think he did on the defensive end. Lewis starting that fast break. Right now, Kellen Thornton's going to come in for Dima Odiakosa. I believe Odiakosa's going to get a couple minutes rest. I just said, just sit out for a minute or two, Kellen. A lot of energy. Need energy right here. Dick, Matty, back to you.
Dima with 4 points after that dunk. He has 6 rebounds. He leads the Birds on the boards. Tony Lewis with 3 boards for Illinois State, as Southern still has the rebound advantage, but barely at 19-18. Bruce, what do you have?
I just found out that Tony Lewis actually had his lip stitched up at halftime. Got 2 stitches, so not only did those rebounds, he's got that fat lip to go with it.
And that injury update brought to you by Orthopedic and Sports Enhancement Center, your team leader for comprehensive sports medicine. Southern to inbound the ball after they called the timeout. And here's Dillard now coming across the timeline against Lloyd Phillips. Kevin Dillard, the sophomore, hedged by Lewis. And now he's forced to give it up to Bocott. Comes to the left side, and Dillard spins it to Fay. Inside, goes against Thornton. Fakes, now fires. Tough defense, but he got it anyway. Tough jump hook over Kellen Thornton. Carlton Fay gets an important basket for the Salukis that puts them within 1 at 41-40.
Can't defend it much better than Thornton tried.
As Osiris is across the timeline, now explodes to the bucket and loses the ball as he goes up for a dunk, and it belongs to Southern Illinois. I don't know if it was poked by anybody, but if it was, it went off of Osiris as he just lost the ball going to the goal.
I find that a little hard to believe.
Yeah, I do too. But I didn't see a foul. I mean, somebody may have gotten a little piece of the ball.
Oh, come on, Dick. It's Osiris. He's not going to kick it out of bounds. Had to be a missed call there, don't you think?
You thought a foul?
No, I don't. I think he just lost the handle.
Brown Searles comes across the timeline against Alex Rubin, and a poke away by Lewis, who is called for the reach-in foul as he poked it from Anthony Booker. That is the 4th team foul against the Redbirds, the 1st against Tony Lewis.
And I still like the attitude of Osiris, though, putting the ball on the floor and taking it to the goal.
Salukis have a chance to regain the lead here as Brown Searles in there now instead of Dillard at the point. Picks up his dribble and spins it to the wing. Bocott has it there. Justin Bocott inside Booker against Lewis. Turns, fires, misses off the glass. Nice rebound, Kellen Thornton. And Kellen deals it to Osiris, who moves it into the front court. And a whistle and a moving screen called against Tony Lewis. So 2 quick fouls against Tony. And the Salukis have the ball right back with another chance to get the lead. And another opportunity here for the fans to let the officials know what they think of their work this evening as Brown Searles shoves it to Bocott. Down the lane he goes, pedals it back to Freeman. And Freeman finds Fay, who fakes the 3. Inside, he gets his pass. Polk gets intercepted by Hill. I think it's Lewis who got his hand on the pass. Hill, a pull-up jumper, no, from 14 feet. And the rebound, Bocott, who glides back the other way. And the Salukis now in the front court with still one more opportunity to get that lead back. Up top, Freeman. Now inside, Booker goes to the goal. Jump hook good over Kellen Thornton. Booker scores his first basket of the game. Salukis on top 42-41. They've scored the last 4 points after that 16-6 run for the Birds. Here's Osiris and a whistle, and Booker called for bumping him. As Booker was out there hedging, guarding Osiris along with Freeman, and Booker is the one who picks up the foul, and that's 3 on him. They're inside guys, Mike, getting in foul trouble. Evans has 3, Fay has 2.
That would be good in our cause because we are taking the ball to the basket and creating foul.
Here's Austin Hill up top. Thornton deals to Osiris at the left wing. Just over 12 minutes to play, and the Birds are down a point here at Redbird Arena against Southern Illinois. Austin Hill to the goal, jump stop and a shot blocked beautifully by Booker. Rebound off the block, Freeman the other way against Rubin, missed the shot. Good defense by Alex. Hill has the rebound, and he's fouled by Brown Searles as he went behind the back with a dribble, and Brown Searles reached in and tried to make the steal. On him, that's number 2 on the team. That's 6 already, so the Birds will be inbounding on this occasion, but in the bonus next time. 11:50 left now in the game. An official timeout called with the Redbirds trailing the Salukis 42-41. Back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
It could be you're finally ready to walk through the big boss's door and diplomatically discuss your wonderful job performance of late, and oh, wouldn't a raise be special? Or how about a first semi-formal dinner date? Don't take chances. Take it to Starcrest Cleaners, because Starcrest Cleaners customers are spotless in the spotlight. The Starcrest team works hard to provide you with quick turnaround times, winning customer service, and a #1 product. So when it's on you that the spotlight shines, you're sure to look more than fine. Open 7 days, Visa, MasterCard, and Discover Welcome. Starcrest is your hometown cleaners.
There are 2 kinds of get-togethers, the forgettable kind and the famous kind. What do they serve at the forgettable kind? I forget, but everyone remembers the famous kind because the tables are piled high with piping hot famous days. Right, Dave? Hey, my ribs can make any party famous. Anniversaries, reunions, we can handle any size get-together and customize for any budget. Just go online to famousdays.com
For the best tasting, most award-winningest barbecue in America.
Hey Redbird fans, this is Beth Wisman. Join me weekdays from 12 to 2 and get the latest on what's happening across McLean County on your Sports Voice, 1230 WJBC.
The attendance tonight, 7,578, which by about 170 people or so is the biggest crowd of the year. Birds trail 42-41. Before we go to Bruce Evans for the latest over there near the Redbird bench, let's pause for stations to identify themselves on the Redbird Radio Network.
The voice of the Redbird.
Touchdown for the Birds!
1230. WJBC.
4-3. Got it!
And WJBC.com.
Here's his 3. It is good!
1230 WJBC and WJBC HD. Bloomington Normal.
Now we go to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Bruce?
Well, guys, key point in this game, obviously, with the Birds down by 1. Justin Clark, the freshman, going to come and get some minutes off of the bench. Key spot for him. And also, Kellen Thornton stays in the ball game. They're talking to him in the huddle about being much more physical on defense and strong rebounding. Guys, back to you.
Kellen Thornton has been a good rebounder this year for the Redbirds. Leads the team in rebounds per minute. But he gives up a few pounds when he goes against Booker down there.
And he hasn't played real well, Dick, since the Utah trip. He played very well out there in Salt Lake City, but since the Valley season started, he's been not contributing as much as I know he can.
Actually, Booker out of the game now with that 3rd foul, and so it's Fay in there for the Salukis as Rubin has the inbounds pass to Clark. Now Tony Lewis nearly lost it, rescues it, and finds Rubin at the right wing. Alex baseline, his feed out to Austin Hill. A baseline drive for Hill, and he shoots it as the whistle blows and misses the shot as he's fouled. Chance there for 3, but Austin will try to get 2 now as the whistle is against Gene Teague, the 6'9", 285-pound freshman from Vineland, New Jersey. 2nd foul on Teague, 7th on the team, but 2 here for Austin Hill, the first of which is good.
I just love the way Austin Hill takes the ball to the goal.
That's his 3rd point of this game. Hill from the line this year, now 19 out of 26. It's right at about 70% or so. As the junior fires it up and gets another one, and the Redbirds, after missing their first free throw of this half, have now cashed in 11 in a row. 6 of those by Osiris. And it's a 43-42 ISU lead, thanks to the 2 free throws by Austin Hill. Bocott with it now. Inside, here's Fay. Turns on Thornton, fires, and gets a tough 12-footer. Kellen defended him pretty well, but Fay gets the basket, puts the Salukis back on top, 44-43. And now Rubin will come across the timeline, as Clark is in there instead of Osiris. And so O getting some rest here as Hill bobbled the ball momentarily, got it back, drives on Brown Searles, and a whistle and a foul on Brown Searles called by Mike Sanzier. That'll put the Birds back at the line. 3rd on Brown Searles, 8th on the team. Odiokosa back in, and Thornton sits down. So Dienma got a little rest. Probably ready to go the rest of the game if needed, as the free throw is good. Austin Hill doing good work at the free throw line, has his 5th point of the game, and we're tied again. 44 apiece with 10:57 now left here at Redbird Arena. Another one is good. 13 free throws in a row. Excuse me, it was 9. Now it's 11. My addition wasn't too good there. 11 straight free throws, though, here in the second half by the Birds. Dillard with it at the right wing. Pumps it to Fay. Dienma out on him. Here's Bocott up high. Brown tries to drive, can't do it. Instead it goes to the corner. Dillard down the baseline, it goes to Teague. He lobs it back out. Bocott a 3, and it's not good. And the rebound, weak side, Lewis. And the Birds now with a 1-point lead and the ball as it goes to Clark. His 3, it's way off. Rebound, Dienma in a crowd. He gets rid of it. Rubin up top to Hill. Austin, 17-footer, yes! And the Redbird lead is 3 at 47-44. Equals their biggest lead here of the second half.
Boy, Clark with a wide open look, Dick, just pulled the trigger just a little quick.
And it flew over the rim. The adrenaline flowing too much, perhaps, as Brown has it left of center. Fay gets it against Dienma. Fay tries to drive, and Dienma will be called for the foul. He didn't get there quite soon enough in his effort to deny Fay's drive to the goal. That's 3 on Odiokosa. Jackie Carmichael, the Redbird player, in foul trouble. He's been sitting quite a while with 4. Dienma, the first among all of the other Redbird players to pick up his 3rd.
And I'm down the stretch, Dick. I'm starting to think that Kellen Thornton might be the key with all the foul problems for our big guys.
As Phillips is back in, Rubin sits down. Osiris continues to rest as Dillard goes to Freeman. A shot not good from 3 by Tony Freeman. And the rebound knocked from Booker, but he chases it down in the backcourt. Well, did Lewis knock it or not? Tony saying that he didn't, and so it should have been an over the back. But the question is, did Booker ever have possession of the ball? As Dillard has it. Moves to the right, gets a screen, pulls up and passes back out to Tony Freeman. Another 3 is no good, and the rebound saved in by Dienma, but now it goes out of bounds. Dienma got knocked hard as he tried to save that thing in and couldn't do it accurately, and his save in went out of play as now Clark is out and Osiris Eldridge back in with 9:24 left. A lot of opportunities here for the fans to complain about the calls as Dillard has it left side against Lloyd Phillips. Bocott on the right wing. Inside it comes to Fay. He bangs with Dienma and almost lost it. Got it back out to Bocott. Now inside Booker in the lane. 10-footer, yes. Anthony Booker, who just came back in, he's playing with 3 fouls. Scores the goal to put Southern back to within 1. It's 47-46 Birds. 9 minutes to play. And here's Lloyd in the front court. Phillips finds Dienma, who hands it to Osiris. Osiris on the drive, the pass to the side. Now it's Hill, pull up 15-footer, no, rebound for Tony Freeman. He gets it ahead to Bocott to the goal, dunk, no, but a foul is called. As the Birds did get back to deny the dunk, but it's Austin Hill who picks up the foul.
I'll tell you what, Dick, I can't remember a game where there's been as much action as we've seen here in the first 31 minutes.
Pretty rugged out there.
And we probably ought to be thankful we got 3 of the best officials in the country, although we may not think so at times. They've really done a nice job controlling a very, very aggressive game.
Justin Bocott shoots the free throw, not good. I mentioned it earlier, he came into the game having made 13 of 14 from the line. And so far in this game, he's 1 for 3. Hill is out now, and Rubin is back in. So the Redbirds have the starters in, except Lewis in there for Carmichael, as that free throw by Bocott is good. So he splits the pair and ties the game at 47. And now Lloyd Phillips for the Redbirds. Southern has its starters with one exception as well. Booker instead of Fay. Here's Lewis getting the pass up top. Now Phillips on the right wing inside. Dienma layup. Yes! Goaltending is the call. It was going in, and Evans got up there late. The foul was called as well. And Odiakosa puts the Birds up 49-47, and Dienma has a chance to make it a 3-point lead from the free throw line.
Yeah, not a real good play on the inside by Nick Evans. He'd have been better off staying on the floor, and an easy one for Dienma.
It was Evans who committed the foul as well as the goaltend, and that's 4 on him.
I don't think they got the right guy. I think it was on Booker.
Well, I thought so too. It is, yeah, it's on that, but it is his fourth. I didn't see how Evans could have committed the foul and the goaltend. He's not that quick.
Well, I'd rather Booker have the foul. I'd much rather he be on the bench.
Well, he is still out there for the no, they did get him out of there, and Fay is back. Yeah, Booker on the bench with 4 as Dienma's free throw is no good, and the rebound for Freeman. So Odiakosa with the field goal, but not the free throw, and the Birds lead by 2, 49-47, with 8:14 left as Dillard is into the front court. Dillard against Phillips, picks it up and goes to the side. Freeman a 3, that's short, and the rebound, Lewis. Tony Lewis comes out of there with it and finds Rubin at the wing. Up top, Phillips wide open, a 3, yes sir! The Redbirds build the lead to 5, their biggest lead since the first half.
And Lloyd, 4 for 4 from the floor, Dick. Really shooting the ball well.
Guy who has been in a big shooting slump. He's been below 30% for the past several games, but lighting it up in this one as Freeman comes to Fay. Carlton Fay inside Nick Evans against Dienma. He holds it high and gets it back outside. Dillard with it now with 10 to shoot. Kevin Dillard on the dribble. Moves toward the goal, runs over a man. It's a charge. Alex Rubin takes another one. Dillard called for the foul. That's his second. The Redbirds get the ball with 7:24 left in the game. Illinois State leading 52-47. It isn't a stat that's kept, Mike, but most charges taken this year, it might be Rubin.
Yeah, most times trying to draw a foul. I know he's leading the league in that because he's been down numerous times without a call, but he's having a good night tonight defensively.
52-47 Birds as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Meyer knows that ever since the dawn of history, people have loved low prices. Take the Vikings.
I could really do with a new breastplate. This one's been on its last leg since I pillaged Copenhagen.
North, of course, is having a huge sale. Go round up the oarsmen.
1,000 or so years later, Meyer has everyday low prices on everything from produce to netbooks, not to mention thousands of sale items and 5,000 price drops each week. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that low prices never get old. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices.
Buying a new or used car can be nerve-wracking, but Extreme Motors takes the worry of buying a car right out of the equation. Drive Hyundais, Kias, and Nissan, and buy with confidence because Extreme Motors offers lifetime warranties on all new and used vehicles. Extreme Motors, 2029 Ireland Grove Road, and 1608 South Morrissey in Bloomington. Or visit driveextreme.com.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Go Extreme. Extreme is the one. Click, click, click. DriveExtreme.com.
This is ISU head football coach Brock Strack, and this is the voice of the Redbirds, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
Who's Hot and Who's Cold is brought to you by Bratcher Heating and Air. Don't let winter get the best of your heating system. Call Bratcher Heating and Air at 454-1611. The guy who is hot is Lloyd Phillips. You mentioned it, Mike, 4 for 4 from the field. 3 of those shots have come from three-point territory. He's also 3 for 4 from the free throw line.
And the guy that's the sorest is Alex Rubin. He picked up either his second or third charge, leads the team in that category. But, boy, he has taken a pounding tonight.
Yeah, he had taken 3 charges coming into this game, and he has at least 2 this evening. And he does lead, we are told, the team in that category.
I think he was 3 for 15 coming in. He'd gotten pounded numerous times. Remember, early in the season, he was in excellent position, didn't get any of the calls, and now he's starting to get a few of the calls. Great position by Alex.
Birds have the same 5 out there. The starters, except Lewis for Carmichael, is on the bench with 4 fouls as Phillips is across the timeline. And a tough pass, and it's intercepted. Rubin couldn't catch it, and Bocott misses the layup at the other end, and the Redbirds have the rebound as Eldridge finds Phillips. Southern missed a great opportunity there. Here's Lloyd all the way, shot good, but wipe it off. No basket, and it's a charge against Lloyd. That would have given the Redbirds a 7-point lead. Instead, it's still 5 as Phillips picks up his first foul. Steve Welmer very demonstrative in making the call.
Trying to sell it. That's what they call it in that profession, Dick. Trying not to leave any doubt in the 7,000 people's minds here this evening.
And yet there seems to be a little doubt.
Now there's a little doubt in mine, but he's a good one. He probably got it right.
Here's the pass across the timeline to Fay for Southern. Fay fakes the 3 and can't find anybody. Now dribbles towards somebody and finds Tony Freeman. Freeman with 18 to shoot. Goes to the right. Rubin on him. Now through the lane. Layup. No! Rubin got a piece of it. Great defense by Alex after it looked like he had gotten beat. The Redbirds get the rebound. That's Odiakosa. Here's Osiris to Dima, who dunks it. And the lead is 7 now at 54-47. Odiakosa with 8 points. And the Redbirds up by 7 as Chris Lowry calls for the timeout with 6:16 left. It's a 30-second timeout. And it's brought to you by O'Brien Mitsubishi. Visit today at Fort Jesse Road and Veterans Parkway in Normal or at O'BrienTeamNormal.com. Well,
Illinois State, you know they got the message at halftime. The message at halftime was, Dick, don't settle for the outside basket. Bruce Evans brought it up early in the second half. We are really attacking the goal here in the second half, getting Southern Illinois' big people in foul trouble and getting opportunities at the line and getting numerous layups and dunks.
And the Salukis also are attacking the bucket, Mike, but the Redbird interior defense has been good. They've been able to disrupt shots that looked like they should have been able to go down.
Well, the strength of our defense is the interior, Dick, and not many teams in this league can say that, especially Southern Illinois. Evans is a little bit slow, and Illinois State has quickness inside and is very good inside defense.
As the Salukis will put it in play, down now 54-47. Biggest lead of this game was way back halfway through the first half when the Birds led 20-10. Salukis took a 5-point lead to the locker room, led by as many as 7 early in the second half, but right now it's the Redbirds with the 7-point advantage.
Remember what you said, Dick, about the Salukis, though, not giving up late in games and coming back.
Tony Freeman throws it away. Odiakosa makes the interception. And back come the Redbirds. Phillips with it. He fires, and it's no good from 3. And the rebound, Nick Evans, the outlet, comes to Freeman, who finds Evans, who runs over Rubin, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, and now it comes back out. And the folks here wanted another charge taken by Alex Rubin.
I thought it was a travel.
Could have been either one. As Dillard, hedged now by Odiakosa, dribbles away from that, sets up Fay on the right wing, and he travels with it. There we got our travel call, which reminds us, of course, of Susie Davis Travel, American Express, home of the family spring break cruise. Visit online at SUZIDavis.com.
Evans out. Booker back in.
Booker with 4 fouls. Meanwhile, Carmichael continues to sit with 4, but Tony Lewis is playing well.
Yeah, he really is.
As Osiris brings it across the timeline for the Birds with 5.5 minutes left, and the Redbirds still up by 7, 54-47. Here's Lloyd at the top, spins it back to the left wing. Osiris Eldridge gets it into Odiakosa. Great pass, and Dienma lays it up and in, and the lead is 9, 56-47.
Yeah, good play by Illinois State. Booker has to back off, Dick. He's got 4 fouls. Let's go to Dienma until they make a switch.
Boy, Osiris just threaded that pass. Bocott a 3, and he missed it over Osiris, and the rebound, Lewis. And the Redbirds, with still 5 minutes to go, are really playing well right now. Phillips all the way to the goal. He scoops it back out. Rubin a 3. No, it's a little long, and the rebound will be a push against Carlton Fay. As he shoved, he had the inside position, but he shoved Lewis out a little further.
And had a handful of his jersey to boot.
All right, and that produces the whistle, and we'll get Tony to the line with 4:42 left.
You know, the worst thing Southern Illinois probably could have done is given Tony a shot in the mouth and a couple of stitches, because since then, the big man out of Chicago has been focused.
He looks here for his 4th point of the game. as Fay picks up his third foul. First of two is good, as that is the 10th team foul against the Salukis. And the Birds have scored the last 8 points of this game and now lead by 10. They've equaled their biggest lead. And another free throw is good, and so an 11-point advantage for the home team as Lewis is out and Carmichael is back in.
And the big man gets a great ovation from the Redbird fans.
Very well-deserved ovation. He has certainly been a factor in this game, especially considering the foul problems for Jackie Carmichael. Here's Fay at the high post. Freeman inside Booker against Carmichael, goes to the goal and lays it up and scores. Anthony Booker's third basket. Southern back to within 9 at 58-49. Salukis have come from behind in each of their last 4 games, rather dramatically late in 3 of those 4, as Osiris down the baseline tried to spin it back out to a teammate as he was too far underneath the basket, but they've called the charge against O.
Probably not a real good play by Osiris.
First on him, and it is the 19th foul on the Birds, but player control foul means that the Salukis do not get free throws. They will inbound it. Now we see Austin Hill off the bench, and he'll check back in for Alex Rubin. Rubin with a great game. He doesn't have any points, but he's done it on the defensive end. As we have a wet spot on the floor that's mopped up.
I'm not so sure it was mopped up. They were really not in the area where the contact took place.
Across the timeline comes Dillard for the Salukis. Phillips with him. Here's the lob inside. Carmichael tipped it away from Booker, and the Birds have got it. Here's Osiris. Swings it to Carmichael inside. He spins it smartly back out. Phillips, an open three. Yes! Redbird lead is a dozen. Lloyd Phillips found himself wide open again on the kick out by Carmichael. 61-49 Redbirds. Here's Dillard into the front court. And up top, Bocott takes the three, hands it off to Freeman. Tony Freeman with it. Down low it goes. Booker against Carmichael. Backs in, turns, jump hook as Carmichael goes down. He missed it. Booker gets the rebound and scores it. Jackie on the floor couldn't get the defensive rebound, and so Booker got it back and put it home. And they're back to within 10. 61-51, 3:18 left.
Probably a good play by Carmichael because he put the pressure on the official. Booker with the 4 fouls. A good chance by Carmichael.
Here's Eldridge with it. Swings it back to Odiokosa. Makes a difficult catch. The pass was behind him. Now to he shoots off the handoff and misses that one. And the rebound, Fay, who saves it into Booker. Back comes Southern. They're within 10. They're looking to get closer. Freeman a three. It's good, and they're within 7 now. Tony Freeman, only his 4th basket of the game at 61-54. This team came from 7 down in the final 90 seconds at Southern Illinois on Friday. They were down a dozen a moment ago here, and now back to within 7 with 2:43 left as a timeout is called by the Redbirds. Southern came back at Bradley. What did I say? I said at Southern. The game was at Bradley.
You know, Dick, I can't believe they didn't replay or review the 3 by Freeman. I thought he had his lead foot on that black line, but
the official who was right there, I had the same thought, but the official who was right there seemed to have a good look at it, and he quickly signaled 3. And so that puts Southern within 7 points, 61-54, 2:43 left to go. So if they came back from 7 down with 90 seconds to go, they can come back from 7 down with 163 seconds to go. Now we see Tony Lewis back in the game for Jackie Carmichael. And Austin Hill still in there, so 3 of the starters on the floor right now. Phillips, Osiris, and Dienma, the 3 seniors, as Lloyd will bring it across the timeline against Kevin Dillard. Moves it to Osiris Eldridge. Tony Freeman out on him. Osiris gets the screen. Pass to the right to Lewis. Now Phillips in the right corner. Down to 10 to shoot. Here's Lloyd to Dienma. 8 seconds to shoot. Dienma moves toward the goal. Fires the pass to Lewis. Out of bounds. Off of who? Off Southern. 2 seconds on the shot clock as the Birds will inbound it. And an official timeout called with 2:18 to go in the game, and the Redbirds up 61-54. We're back with more after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
From the Nordine File of Success Stories. Hi, I'm Ron Wolfgang. As an old friend of mine used to say, to make a long story short, we were duped by an out-of-town remodeling company into buying replacement windows, which we paid for quality, but we received an inferior product upon installation. After consulting with an attorney, the deposit was refunded. In spite of this, we were reluctant to venture out to look for new replacement windows. We were fortunate to make contact with Nordine's, where our confidence was restored, and now we have windows we know fit our needs, and we receive what we paid for at a reasonable price. We appreciated the quality of workmanship with the windows and the follow-up by Nordine staff. This story's long enough. No need to travel out of town for home remodeling when Nordine's right here in Bloomington Normal. Travel north, south, east, or west. Come back home to find the best. Nordine Remodeling.
Hello, I'm George Nordine. Call me today at 888-4662 or visit me at my website at nordineremodeling.com.
Redbird basketball on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network is brought to you by Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security?
Redbirds have upped their shooting figure to 46% for the game. They were at 39% at the half. That pass stat brought to you by Sean Craig from First Midwest Securities, your retirement income specialist. That's one of the reasons the Birds have turned that 5-point halftime deficit into a 7-point lead with 2:18 to go. As we go to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone, here's Bruce.
Well, guys, the Birds offensively really haven't had a good offensive possession about this last 3 or 4. Even the 3 that Lloyd hit a little early in the shot clock, it just happened to go down this time. Right now, the Birds just drawing up an inbounds play. As you mentioned, only 2 seconds left in the shot clock, so all the Birds can do is throw it in close to the hoop and put it up, and then got to go back and play some defense, guys. Back to you, Dick.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to score with 2 seconds on the shot clock, even inbounding underneath your own basket. Obviously, the percentage of successful possessions when the possession lasts 2 seconds isn't too good. But we'll see what the Birds can make of it here.
Well, the key, Dick, with only 2 seconds is obviously the inbound pass. Has to be crisp and right on the mark where a fella can go up and shoot it immediately.
But somebody's got to get open enough to receive that pass and score it. As Osiris looks and gets it to Lloyd, who gets it away and misses it. And the rebound for Bocott. Good shot, but he missed it. And Bocott all the way to the goal. The layup, no, off the side of the iron. He missed it. And the rebound for Osiris. Somebody bumped him just a little bit, maybe enough to change the shot. And Chris Lowry wanted the foul, but the Birds, now with 2 minutes to go, have the 7-point lead and the ball as Lloyd to the goal. Layup, good. And the lead up to 9. Phillips with a big final step to the goal. The layup bounced on the rim a couple of times and went through, and the Redbirds lead 63-54. Here's Dillard, right of the lane drive, and the layup, no, but he's fouled by Odiakosa and will get to the line with 100 seconds left, and the Birds now leading by 9. Boy, Lloyd now has 19 points. That's his high for this season. 6 for 8 from the field. It is the 4th foul on Dienma, and it will be 2 shots coming here for Kevin Dillard, who is 2 for 2 from the line thus far in this point. It's Lloyd's career high, previous career high, 18. As the first for Dillard is good. Dillard from the line this year, 84%. He's very dependable. 3 for 3 in this game. Now 10 points for him as Hill is out. And Rubin is back in for the Birds. An 8-point Illinois State lead. Dillard with another opportunity. He got it. And they're within 7, which is right where they were at Bradley. I keep going back to that on Friday night with this amount of time left in the game. As Eldridge is across the timeline. Good news is the Birds have the ball. They can work that clock down a little bit more. 25 to shoot right now. They can go all the way down to just over a minute left before taking the shot. Osiris with 19 to shoot, continues to dribble. John Freeman in the game, out on him, but not close enough to start the 5-second count. Now it stops as Osiris with 10 to shoot, continues to dribble. 6 seconds left to shoot. Now he drives, pulls up and fires and misses it off the back iron. Rebound tipped out to Osiris by Odiakosa. And the Redbirds now can run some more time, but first a foul will be called. Salukis down 7 with a minute to go. Realized they couldn't let the Redbirds run another shot clock all the way down, and so they have to put O at the line, which they do with 1 minute and 1 second left to go.
And Booker may have hurt his hamstring, Dick, going for that rebound as he's grabbing the back of his right thigh, and I'll be surprised if he stays in the game.
As the free throw is called against, or the foul, called against Tony Freeman. His second. Osiris, who's 6 for 6 from the line, gets a pair here. The Birds have been for a while now in the double bonus.
I can't believe they're leaving Booker in the game.
He is holding that hand and appears to be in some pain, but at least he'll stay in for this first free throw. As the hamstring, not using his hand to hold the hamstring, as Eldridge makes the free throw and builds the lead to 8, and now they take Booker out of the game. They knew with 2 free throws they'd have the opportunity to do it after the first attempt, and so in again is John Freeman. 14 for Osiris. Half of those have come from the line. He can build the lead back to 9 here with a minute and a second left. As he shoots the free throw, not good, and the rebound tipped out of bounds. Lewis, I believe, off of Tony. Yep, it'll belong to Southern. Delayed call there from Steve Welmer, but I think he got it right as Bocott will put it in play. The Salukis in a hurry, down by 8 with now a minute left. And here's Dillard across the timeline against Tony Lewis, and a foul on Tony, and that's not what the Redbirds wanted. With 57 seconds left, Dillard goes to the line to shoot a pair.
See a foul there?
No, but maybe you want to be less aggressive in that situation. I don't know. Tough call as the free throw is on the way and good. Dillard, we just mentioned, a very dependable free thrower, is 5 for 5 in this game as Booker comes right back in, favoring the right leg a little bit. Out goes Fay. Another opportunity for Dillard as the lead is now down to 7. He can make it a 6-point difference, and he does. He rolls it in there. Hope that call doesn't come back to haunt the Redbirds. As they inbound against full court pressure, here's Lloyd Phillips between 2 defenders, and he is fouled by one of them. Southern wanted the held ball call. Dillard and John Freeman there between him before Lloyd shoots his free throws. Let's pause for stations to identify themselves on the Redbird Radio Network.
News, sports, weather, talk, and all things local.
This is your voice for the Redbirds.
1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
1230 WJBC and WJBC HD, Bloomington Normal.
John Freeman committed that foul, his first. Birds in the double bonus, so Lloyd gets 2. He's 3 for 4 so far in this game from the stripe. Lloyd on the season at 78%. Bends the knees and shoots it good. And Lloyd Phillips with his career high going. It's now up to 20. Has the Redbirds back up by 7. That's an important free throw. It means 3 possessions needed here for Southern down the stretch. 65-58 Redbirds. And the senior from D.C. shoots another one good. He's 5 for 6 from the line. He has 21 points. And he's a big reason why the Birds lead by 8 as Southern quickly into the front court. Here's Freeman. Tony Freeman to Bocott, a 3, partially blocked, rebounded by Lewis, and a foul as Fay gets Tony Lewis. I think it was Rubin who got his hand on that shot. Got his fingertip on it, and it just came up short. And Lewis will go to the line with now 45 seconds left to go, as that is foul number 4 on Fay. So the Redbirds in good shape now, leading by 8 at 66-58, 45 seconds left. Tony Lewis, who's 3 for 5 from the line in this game, misses that one. Tony, an 85%er from the line coming in, has not looked like it in this game. The Birds now vacate the lane. They're going to concede the rebound if there is one. Tony will try to make sure there isn't. As he spins it, shoots it high, and misses another one. Booker rebounds it. Southern still in business within 8, 42 seconds to go. Dillard headed, poked by Rubin, stolen by Alex. He reverses his direction after he gets in the front court. Smart play. And now Alex is fouled by Tony Freeman. Big play by the junior from Minnesota, Alex Rubin. With 31 seconds to go, the Birds are up 8. And Mr. Rubin will go to the line.
You know, Dick, it's hard to believe that a guy who has scored no points, has 1 rebound, has controlled the game as well as he has, but Alex Rubin has made big play after big play.
Chance for him to get a point or two here. He is 6 for 6 from the line this year, and he gets 2 throws with an opportunity to build the Redbird lead back to double digits.
We got 1 shot clock with 35 seconds. We have another shot clock with 28 seconds.
So they're at the scorer's table. The officials are trying to rectify that situation. Bill O'Neill talking to the officials at the Redbirds scorer's table. That'll cause a little pause in the action here as the Redbirds are eager and anxious, Mike, to nail this one down. They apparently have the shot clock malfunction here that will not be rectified before this game is resumed. And so we're going to go without a shot clock. 31.6 seconds left to go in the game. Rubin for 2, the first of which is no good. Alex, for the first time this year, misses a free throw. The Birds have now missed 3 throws in a row. 1 more opportunity to get the lead up to 9. As Alex tries again, he fires this one right through the middle. 67-58. 31 seconds left as the Salukis put it in play. Here's Bocott with it across the timeline. He goes all the way inside the arc, turns, gets it back out. Here's a 3. Dillard got it, and the lead is down to 6 with 21 seconds to go. Redbirds quickly put it in play, and Lewis is immediately fouled. And Tony, who has missed 4 of his 7 free throw attempts, goes back to the line. Bocott committed the foul. Second on him. Well, it's not quite over yet. These games never are, Mike. 21 seconds to go as Lewis gets 2 with his team up 6. Shoots the first one high and good.
You know, he's really got a funny release point, Dick, and kind of flings it up there or chucks it up there. But
and
good
with
result.
the successful free throw, it's the Birds who call the 30-second timeout, brought to you by Parkway Auto Laundry. Take a 10-minute timeout and have your vehicle cleaned at Parkway Auto Laundry. And it is going to, is this our officials timeout? It's a full timeout. We'll keep it here during the break. 21 seconds to go. Birds by 7, 68-61. Our sideline reports from Bruce Evans have been brought to you this evening by Central Illinois Regional Airport. Free parking, low fares, close to home. Central Illinois Regional Airport is your easy, low-cost way to fly.
So Illinois State's really made a living at the free throw line, Dick, in the second half. 18, see how good my math is, 18 of 24 in the second half, getting to the free throw line with great regularity.
And at one point they'd made 11 straight. I think that was after they missed their first one, so 11 for their first 12. They've cooled off a little bit since then, but yeah, free throw shooting is part of the reason why they're in pretty good shape right now as we head to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Here's Bruce.
Well, for me, it's not how well they've been shooting him, it's how many they got to shoot, especially in the first 10 minutes or so of the second half. And I think, Matty, you said it early in this half. It looked like the Birds made a pointed message after halftime to go to the rim. Do not take the outside shot, and they've certainly done it, and it's resulted in all those free throws.
Well, I really like the idea, Dick, because if Southern Illinois has a weakness defensively, it's in their interior defense, and Illinois State did a nice job of exploiting that here in the second half.
And the free throw shooting advantage for the Redbirds in terms of attempts relative to the opponent's attempts has been there all year long. The Birds have averaged 23 attempts per game. Their opponents only 15 as Lewis misses the next free throw, and Southern rebounds it. They're within 7 as they quickly come across the timeline. Here's the pass to the corner. Open 3. Dillard missed it. Rebound Rubin. And this should do it as Alex dribbles out of a crowd and gets it ahead to Lewis. No foul called. Tony dribbles to the basket, and now he'll just stop. He won't lay it in as the final seconds tick away, and the Redbirds win 68-61. And the Birds go to 2-1 in the Missouri Valley Conference. It's their 11th win overall against 3 losses. Southern is now also 2-1, and so just 3 games into the season, just 1 remaining unbeaten in the Missouri Valley, the defending champion, and the team picked to win it this year, Northern Iowa, a team that will be here at Redbird Arena next weekend on Saturday afternoon. That's the next home game for the Illinois State Redbirds. Again, the final score, the Birds 68, the Salukis 61. The Redbirds have now won 5 straight against their rivals from Carbondale. We're back with more after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
What's your idea of financial security?
I see myself with my school loans all paid off. Totally. Completely. Then I'll go from there.
Well, probably knowing the roof over my family's head is protected against whatever life brings.
Kids out of the house, just me and my wife, and time to go to the place where my great-grandparents are from.
When we have enough to say, we'll be okay.
Wherever you're starting from, whatever your personal financial goals, Country Financial can help you balance your need to protect what you have with your desire to build for the future. Your Country Financial representative listens to your own definition of financial security and then helps you create a tangible plan to achieve it. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
See the Country Financial representative near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
Make this year your year to catch Arch Madness, celebrating 20 years of Valley basketball in St. Louis. Don't miss the 2010 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship, March 4th through 7th at Scott Trade Center, presented by Diet Pepsi and Fox Sports Midwest. Arch Madness. For tickets, call 309-438-8000. That's 309-438-8000. Or visit archmadness.com.
Redbirds 68, the Salukis 61. The Birds down 5 at the half, down 7 early in the second half, but they rallied back. At one point, they had rallied back to within, to tie the game at 47, and then the next 11 were scored by the Birds. They took